was 2 weeks ago, no, about 3 or 4 days ago, and I had the very first exactly 1 year Club World Cup. Which for every Chelsea fan, we thought that was going to be the beginning of something amazing. Honestly speaking, we thought that was going to be the beginning of something really huge for us. But Amanesa, and 1 year on, the club is still ruling. I think the best thing that happened to the club in that year on has been probably Xabi Alonso and the breath of fresh air at Araba Club. But for that, nothing really has gone on. About this summer, you didn't come about Marco Palestra, Marco Tonaba. When you say that Chaveri at the end of Kunkoho, but this morning, what we are hearing is that in just the next coming days, no, Chelsea will finalize Brent's friend of Pep Chaveri now because Xabi Alonso was insistent. Say Chaveri need a player or Peno as left back, and now Jureka, look at the performance of Marco Correa. That is the kind of player that Chelsea would have to replace. And it is a coach can say when a mission obetimi close to him. In building a team, you sort of help the coach in that direction. And Chelsea if you don't want to do Pep Chavara, and of course, Maxence Lecroix Bono, and Ranam will problem back. Bono Lecroix Bono, just one problem for Ranam. And Pedro Poros and I think we have an image. That is the
way I spent for Nhyira film.
Aha! It was, in fact, it was. The way Danny Omo a film no and Spain for no essentially. Bono baba boy no.
Klung abapa osimano eduasa enum 9:35 ya trans de agude mu nsam na de bramo kopem se dumienu ababo na enem komo no emu de papa both amanene nsam ne afisama ya bobo anu ni na no. And into so journey live our Facebook CCA Oko Facebook in Shawans 4.5 FM Facebook in Shawans 4.5 FM Oshe Jumadino a live na dia kosubiano also waiting me and no message in our Sansona Oko YouTuber Hansono Insha TV YouTube Insha TV on subscribe channel na was subscribe we are jam message now garbage from the comment in nearby messages both Facebook and YouTube ni na ye benyamre na ye wowram akenkan ni na enso etimi edi abramo ebra yatena se na ye did the Thursday edition of Nhyira digital passport jumadie no enso edi ebramo awu jumadie no enso eso na anra FIFA World Cup 2026 ekoso no anra ne ball the second semi-final game no and if you are not between England and Argentina. Now, it's for game the course na Anthony Gordon in the second half your buy now and a show go at the England and Argentina for instance ya muso mu ade bay a woman and ya omoma England for ku go actually and the ball na bro omosa Enzo Fernandez what a strike and afi Abrantia fence Lautaro Martinez ne header nani mi no enough at the Argentina. Sesi akase Argentina so no ashe England kamenu amomate ekanom eye baako enti say final no eye set nyame adoma akwasi adan ebra Spain ane Argentina obo ebetimi ade apem so awo ha ye the san common ni na no ade bram na ye bo game wie no the two major talking points eye England coach Thomas Tuchel and Abrantia Lionel Messi at 8:39. If had Abrantia no bona obono and no she papa. Yakoba na san komuni nyina no yabedi abo ayedwumadie so of course transfers on some as Manchester United epe Somerville at the free West Ham of course. In terms of the ete and it's Abrantia John Stones nso bia ometimi afa no na ono nso akosi akan edi omomo and update bebre wa ha transfers and dedin ka be kan wuzim ni na no your update ye kwaba na eno nso garbage abedin komo no etimi edi amayen ye be fia ne ye be hwe nyame ya adoma Ghana Premier League no 2026-2027 no according to the Ghana Football Association I must say on the 4th of September and Ghana Premier League 2026-27 no and so ebetimi ashe eye ase na teams na sa so mo boabo mo ho enra Asante Kotoko am so start with medicals a ye be din komani ha Asante Kotoko team no ho boabo mo ye e de awam award the new season na nyina na yakoba na san komani nyina no ya be di awo aye dwumadie no so insurance 4.5 Thursday edition of Insurance Digital Passwords at T4 yeti koma ye di dwumadie no enso e di Abraham tiji se garu tuam ka be the foreign akonfo no odi kan kom kakra de mai na ye ba be da fortuna se na di nsama kan ni na no atimi adi Abraham Riches me Donkor Richard ni yankwa ni enche dwumadie na se emfa emfi eye amane na ye ba yemfa nsama kan ni na no enso emfa Emremu.
He was in control, building up everything, and every Chelsea fan was keenly watching. Physicality, he was there. He was winning the real duels. We have also mentioned, say, or a player, or front-footed. On chairman for morning, but so step up, nobody close it down. He gave us all of those things, but for that goal that Pedro Porro share at that point in time, it was purely a Lecroix problem. It was not Danny. It was not Obiakeke. It was a Lecroix. Yes, a big mistake. You know, I don't think say image. You know, I see. But if you look at it, it was purely a branch friend Maxence Lecroix, because once the ball went to Danny Omo, he wanted to go, and a space better Omar than Pedro Porro or Boshe, which may also be the message be by say shame on to those that predicted. This is the ball. This is it, and quickly send it to who said Danny Omo Locrani. Once the ball got to Danny Omo, he moves towards the ball. And yes, the characteristic of centre backs normally too aggressive, no. So when you're careful, players like Danny Omo, they will attract you to the ball. There's space in my down to share. That is when Abrante friend Pedro Porro was clean on goal. I think that was a big issue on Abrante friend Maxence Lecroix. But apart from that, it wasn't a problem. You see, the only hold up with that deal, no, Sika Crystal Palace for Nepe, and Chelsea want to finalize Pep Chaveria. Only in the focus and Abrante, your friend, Maxence Lecroix, for him to come in. Which, what you say? You say, Manu Kone eba become listed.
A France Rasta guy. We're fantastic man for that.
But what was it? I started in Europe. That is the news that is going on. Say after say it was officially and Yuri Tillman signing the contracts for Manchester United. Of course, announcement officially will be done today, and I think that's already gone on. Our Manchester United, and a contact have been established between Yuri Tillman and any agents, any friend is Manu Kono, and any agent for Manchester United. So United in one summer in the rebuild of the midfield, and I told you that for me a lot of good job has been done to Ineos, Kone, Tillman, Andre Santos, Bruno Fernandes, Macy Mount, Manolo Gart, Stone Enkoye. So this is the midfield that United Ikita coming into the season, and I think that is decent. I think it's a very, very decent midfield going into the season. Of course, United can do better, and all of these things, it's about how well the coach, that is Michael Carrick, will put them together to be for them to be able to give results to team friend Manchester United. But that is a very, very good midfielder United have put together on them. Still, Barca have still not finalized the deal for Abrantia, your friend Julian Alvarez, and it will take some time. But what we are hearing is that by the end of July, it's still Atletico for ninjas offer them to come on tomorrow. There is a plan B, and that plan B may include player swap. And man, when you hear somebody like Ronaldo Araujo probably swapping plus money to Atletico Madrid for Abrantia and Julian Alvarez because Barca wants him, and they are clear. Barca wants him. Plus the deal for Ferran Torres to go to Paris Saint-Germain can also materialize, and when it does, it can be good for them. Only the bad news from Akoso Barcelona is the injury of our bench friend Frankie de Jong. Frankie Akupra, and he can go as long as 2 to 4 months of playing football from the World Cup now. And it means that one Barca cannot sell Marc Casado. You have to wait and then look at how the season will develop before they can do a decision on him. But Marc-André ter Stegen, so Echo, Ajax Amsterdam, they will pay a part of his fee, which is a good one for them. Will be the message be by. Also, shame on us that predicted for the African Europeans.
More predicted my France in the I say a friend Sapon K Dennis.
Yeah.
Shame onto all of you who predicted win for the black European team France. Bravo to the Spanish team, the team of the moment. Danny boy, and this time I said, Nidia,
why shame on us? Daddy, why you shaming us?
Yeah, the data, the data, catch the why you could do park in your own says data with you. Nanka, and because we need good France water. And I mean, so we take Kylian Mbappe, and the other players are on board the France.
Yeah.
So and Spain born on boy, no. There's no way Anna France will win the game, no.
Rich, maybe before
Panatina having
the event you see or game, you know, and I heard you talk about the injury to Saliba. Of course, it will change something.
Sure.
Penalty, obviously, it will change something. But right in the first half, even before all of these events, I noticed something. So in my analysis, I was keen to say one of the ways that France would beat Spain Spain for was the turnover in transition and the balls into the channel with the pace of Mbappe Moniade. France tried to do it. But this is where you have to respect Louis de la Fuente. Any Spain for De La Fuente for putting the team together, and then the Spanish players, especially the two center backs and either of the other full back, based on where the ball was, in doing their job, plus Unai Simon. Because even before those goals, it looked to me from commentary position, say Spain for France and so they have the antidote to make sure they stop that. Pleasantly, I liked how the Spaniards responded to that analysis. Because to be very honest with you, Rich, say Oko game you know that the Spaniards want to hold on to the play. And Paul Kubasi, he didn't shy away from playing. And make Laporte, he didn't shy away from playing. But the problem was that say Spain if you go too deep, not say space near the center house next to S1. Unai Simon's starting position should be high. When you look at the data and you look at almost every numbers that come from the gamer, Unai Simon made the most sweeping from a goalkeeper than any goalkeeper in this World Cup in just one match. It's done in your Spain for the first cheaper. Then you see Unai. No, say boy. On
Kylian
Mbappe. Before Mbappe. And I asked myself, say, me person me show you play who the starting position because originally go ni more on Mbappe. Yeah. It means that his starting position was at the edge of the box.
The awareness was wrong.
Yes. And Rich, the goalkeepers, trainers, the coaches, they work on it.
Okay.
Say, I didn't bet me high any. Into your starting in 2-1 now, your starting position should be high. Then you can go and clear off. From there, honestly speaking, I said, nah,
I'm fat.
De La Fuente has done a good job. Who's that, Rich? Sometimes, and you debiana, me person member, and no Spain, me, no. To be a discredit to France, I think Spain were fantastic. In fact, again, the next thing I realized in the game, which Unze said, France me, I didn't like the starting lineup of Michael Olise in this game. I think that Samachi, a Sankobo midfield three, proper midfielders, Chomeni, Rabiot, and Admanu Kone. But Unze, throughout the competition, France want to have played against low block sides. So when you play against low block sides, now Olise, Bakola, Mbappe, Dembele, it's because you want more technical players to break them down. But you are playing against a side that want to dominate the play. So you didn't need Olise and Bakola. You could have probably played back Olise on the wing and then taking off Bakola. Then in the game, you play Manu Kone. Because baby, I'm who says Spain for the dominating ball on the power was in the center of the park. And for me, they went back to the age-old adage of control the middle, control the game. It's me who be that. I don't think say the man of the match was Pedro Porro. Maybe the good I scored. It was Rodri Cascante. And the decision of Louis de la Fuente, maybe a Barca fan in that, and I saw a lot of Barca fans disagreeing, saying that Fabian Ruiz ahead of Pedri. Fabian Ruiz is a more natural DLP than Pedri. Pedri is more advanced in terms of progression. And the experience of Fabian Ruiz, if you want to control largely the ball, you will play Pedri. But person will control moment. Oh, you combat him. Now we need duels on field for him to be able to control even without the ball. You need Fabian Ruiz in addition to Rodri. And then duels, ground duels, combat. Nani.
So on the
ball, free out of possession. Baby of a corner, he will commit a foul there. and he goes out, puts in a tackle, comes back. In all of this, Natalia and I can catch him. 2 hour game, still Natalia and what tackle? What a player.
The guy, Oji Ballon d'Or, I'm of us, no. Unless a brand to the beyond time.
Yes.
Rodri,
yeah.
So on a groove more tempo controller. Jibon on the bench, the young qua, you say the tackling spot on.
Yeah. Who's a number 6 rule? No? A very interesting role. To the extent that from old days in Albano, almost every time there's a redefinition of the role.
Okay.
And it's Uncle Fobe end time friend number 6, almost you see the word anchor.
Okay.
And so it is similar to sending a ship ebe dock using its anchor. And see, ship ebe be do dock now, omuja anchor no too soon as and the anchor holds the ship still. And see, for some people it's an anchor who now keep it the balance of the whole ship. Which is it? But a neighbor Bono has now asked more of the anchor. You're supposed to keep the balance, but you keep a bona and so say Bobby. And Utina, I told the people feel like Moisca said when you normal proper 6 because only energy young comra Obi MP the clan rise as a normal 6, even 2 Kelemon as a normal 6 or only 8 box to box. Because what you want for your 6 is that Ezo Bubu Niano plus Bonnie the canning sir. So the adwuma more on passing on biemu body timber can is anywhere and once he stays on the ball
to pass back could be
Rich, it is fun, and that's why the likes of Rodri Mo and Rich imagine say at the end you see Rodri you know or Sanso the another experienced guy in Fabian Rui into here 2 DLPs plus Franks one able to midfielders are on the ball DLPs very physical Adrian Rabiot physical Chimeni physical, but all physicality, you know, the Spaniards could match it. Honestly speaking, in commentary, I kept on telling myself that no, the Laf went, understood the needs of the match, done DJ Deschamps. And it brings me to a question I want to ask you, Tifo. Rich, in football, people love the game, so I'm sure they should know this. Between tactics and individual player, any player quality, I mean, can individual player. Player quality, any tactics. Then I can coach and can be prioritize it.
Okay.
Say so they should reply. But
my farmer said
who first?
Minimum first.
Yeah.
Player quality.
Yeah.
And a tactics.
Yeah.
Maybe player quality.
Who be player quality?
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to park it so.
Oh, we decide.
Tactics. No better to be a game. Better to be a feeling. But so player quality. Every minute of the game, every second of the game, game now. I love that.
And France for player quality now,
it's because also said the now Kasa Wakano. Bono is paying for the Bono. You don't play.
I prefer tactics.
Yes.
Oh, per tactics. Reason is saying.
My reason in say when you have the right tactics, player quality about be useless. And for Sobia Masubian,
the tactics into the mass spin winning right.
Yes, tactics the more winning and your player quality.
Sir,
you know what I think?
Oh, also Dienze.
It's Bakun Konya.
Okay.
But tactics in your good is player quality in your top how they can execute it. Yes, player like the French team, the player quality here, Mbappe, and now Jeboda Fanelance. Yeah, the player quality is there, but tactically they were losing the battle to the Spaniards. Dembele looked ordinary yesterday. Michael Olise. It's because at that level this time, sometimes those two don't go.
What is it for me? Yeah, football is going home. You bet. I can't need to be you, my friend. But me can't find a name.
Yeah.
So one more body.
Yeah.
They dictate play.
Yes, I have respected Louis de la.
The Spain team. Super fantastic team.
What's here for Kyrie? But let me wrap up the good England match.
England game, no. Guess the show about for player quality. I think Roddy. Okay, I'm saying no. The food doctor said tactics. we say when you have a player quality, they can adhere to your tactics.
Yeah.
Okay. Player quality exceptional. Owusu Philip. And it is our message yaba. Moses, I said tactics, but with the right players to execute.
So tactics and player. Which Pep Guardiola. Also to player founder.
Maybe
it's the importance of player quality. One in him tactics nature, you know. But
all here quality player to execute the job.
The best number 6 here can once on the Pep Eddie need anything.
That is Rodri.
Into top player. Then I wrote tactics na yedima. See,
say you better Argentina now. So we nya kasa Argentina na.
Maybe the idea no Spain for you just am I careful kakra.
Say
because my prediction coming into the semi-final was based on the performances of Spain and Argentina in the games coming. The Spaniards had not convinced me based on match against Belgium and even Portugal. So when I look at the kind of football the French could play and of course the threat on possession, I felt that okay, France won't beat Nhyira. But now, in the semi-final when he needed something else, the Spanish did come to the party. Almost with different football, different brand of it. And that is why you have to be careful because for the Argentines also, although games too flamboyant, they may turn up tonight. There are a lot of deficiencies in the way Linus Scolani has set up the team and all of that. But they may turn up tonight and it's going to be a big problem for them. I mean, England for no history against the Argentines. And it starts with the hand of God. I think that if there's any perfect country to eliminate Argentina for, when I say England, just for them to get it. And over 1986 World Cup, no, so 2-1 now. When you say Enunti, Argentina for not rating to FIFA. Say navy blue now, almost say it's our time. No, so navy blue, they want to wear it again. 1998 World Cup, last 16 versus England. Almost winning in the shootout, they wore the navy blue. Today, although they are playing at the home team, FIFA said they want to wear the navy blue alternative jersey. And because I'm clashing with England for one day, they want to wear that jersey. So psychologically, the games have begun for the Argentines. Psychologically, they want to wear navy blue and anyway. And it's Lionel Messi, Eric Abrantia, Rich. Maybe I trust Thomas Tuchel, I'm telling you. Maybe everybody knows this.
But I need some and I'll stop messing Pancho, Mr.
Oh, what's it? No, they asked me a question.
You find a way. No, Messi, you find a way. Be a
One beside say, then also we will find a way. You better beat me. Now, Rich, one man stopping Messi, made a rematch.
No, Messi, and stopping.
No, Rich, and
unless to say, be a static game now. Near man player back say, Odo Kobe be a general. Or Conmuso and then to say
under Herrera,
Kofi Gari maybe a player granite name wine bar. I think a Rebecca or so.
Under Herrera has
a Conmuso crowd in the chick. Aha, Ebi, I just say, Nisa, Yen Policino. Aquano so Yenisa, Emfa. Oh, no Messi at 8:39 and then the ball now, Bono. Would be one on Tiasi.
For me, I think England will qualify tonight.
Kofi Nyamin Shao on Tunkum.
I think England.
The old power assassin.
Yeah, Kenya, but soon I've only you and you are biased and you don't like Messi.
Oh, yeah, but
you don't like Argentina, you don't like Barcelona. But I mean, that is how I see it. I think
Argentina free.
Yeah, the English side have what it takes to beat the Argentines for them to go through. And now, boys, for 12 odds. Oh, if you see,
a man for say Francis Mano, say he been no fine.
I said I'm going to say
Amasono.
I
say Wendy bit.
And now Princeton say Argentina and Spain be go final.
Okay.
Now you boy Messi handing over to Lamine Yamal. I'm say hey Basafo. Mo ya mo say Chelsea for kasa. Then say mo ka from me no radio. Me DMs me comment section. The be mo ya mo say Chelsea for the kasa. We'll see how that will happen, but of course.
And now my couple see a penalty.
Yeah.
And me your opinion sampling.
Yeah.
I brand to be by Ronaldo fans. And I'm saying me your opinion sampling. Me say I'm on for me I dear me try to way. My from a very tank on. Me say me per man for opinion. I brand to was what
me personally I don't agree with that rule. It per the rules of football a penalty. But I don't agree with that rule.
Okay. Who's that? Shows a can is a ding so not now awareness as
a form, of course, it is true, and I understand that. Who is England versus Croatia? Penalty on Mujiti Luka Modric on Hurricane. It happened. The same penalty. Mexico versus England. The same penalty.
Hurricane,
and I keep on saying that for me that rule doesn't make sense because yes, it almost it describes the player being careless. But Lucadini has controlled the ball. Waiting for the ball to land, he clears it. If you tell me that is careless in that room, maybe so then I disagree.
Okay.
Whatever, I disagree with that rule. But of course, per the rules, it's a penalty in Tienra. France were let down by it. The first code A BW 62 DFF 6DA. Second one A BW 62 DFEF E7FE. Third one A BW 62D 62DF DD6F. Fourth one A BW 62DF 0D45. And the last one A BW 62DEECE2. These are the codes and the figures. What's the first career? 12 plus also almost 13.
Wow.
And we are setting say UEFA Champions League playoffs no. Best answer the be.
Munchana Betway the Bibianya Kama.
It was 2 weeks ago, no, about 3 or 4 days ago. And I had the very first exactly 1 year Club World Cup. Which for every Chelsea fan, we thought that was going to be the beginning of something amazing. Honestly speaking, we thought that was going to be the beginning of something really huge for us. But Amanesa, and 1 year on, the club is still ruling. I think the best thing that happened to the club in that year on has been probably Xabi Alonso and the breath of fresh air. I remember club name. But for that, nothing really has gone on. About this summer, you didn't come about Marco Palestra, Marco Tonaba. When you say that Chaveria Diano Kunkoho. But this morning, what we are hearing is that in just the next coming days, no, Chelsea will finalize Abrante friend of Pep Chaveria now because Xabi Alonso was insistent. Say Chaveria need a player or Peno as left back. And now Jureka, look at the performance of Marco Correa. That is the kind of player that Chelsea would have to replace. And it is a coach can say, when a mission of close to him, in building a team, you sort of help the coach in that direction. And Chelsea if one want to do Pep Chaveria at the end, of course, Maxence Lecroix Bono and Ranam will problem back. Bono Lecroix boarding you know. Just one problem for the number na Pedro Porros and I think we have an image that is the
way I spent for Nhyira film no.
It was in fact it was the way Danny Omo eyi film no and Spain for no essentially more about boy no yet the was in control building up everything and I was every Chelsea fan was keenly watching physicality. He was there, he was winning the real duels. We have also mentioned say or a player or front footed on term for morning but so step up nobody close it down. He gave us all of those things, but for that goal that Danny Pedro Porros share at that point in time, it was purely a Lecroix problem. It was not Danny, it was not Obiakeke, it was Lecroix. No, yes, a big mistake, you know. I don't think say image no I see, but if you look at it, it was purely a branch friend Maxence Lecroix because once the ball went to Danny Omo, he wanted to go, and a space better Omar than Pedro Porro or Boshe, which may also be the message be by say shame on to those that predicted this is the ball, this is it, and quickly send it to who said Danny Omo Lecroix. Once the ball got to Danny Omo, he moves towards the ball, and yes, the characteristic of center backs don't too aggressive, no. So when you're careful, a players like Danny Omo, they will attract you to the ball. Then space is down to share. That is when Abrante friend Pedro Porro was clean on goal. I think that was a big issue on Abrante friend Maxence Lecroix. But apart from that, it wasn't a problem. You see, the only hold up with that deal, no, Sika Crystal Palace for Nepe, and Chelsea want to finalize Pep Chaveria. Only in the focus on Abrante, your friend, Abrante friend Maxence Lecroix for him to come in. Which What you say? Yes, Mode Manu Kone eba become listed.
A France Rasta guy. We're a fantastic man for that.
But when we say Astati in Europe, that is the news that is going on. Say after say it was officially and Yuri Tillman is signing a contract for Manchester United. Of course, announcement officially will be done today, and I think that's already gone on. Or Manchester United, and a contact have been established between Yuri Tillman and any agents, any friend is Manu Kono and any agent for Manchester United. So United in one summer in the rebuild of the midfield, and I told you that for me a lot of good job has been done to Ineos, Kone, Tillman, Andre Santos, Bruno Fernandes, Macy Mount, Manolo Gart, Stone and Koye. So this is the midfield that United Ikita coming into the season, and I think that is decent. I think it's a very, very decent midfield going into the season. Of course, United can do better. And all of these things, it's about how well the coach, that is Michael Carrick, will put them together for them to be able to give results to team friend Manchester United. But that is a very, very good midfielder United have put together on them. Still, Barca have still not finalized the deal for Abrantia, your friend Julian Alvarez. And it will take some time. But what we are hearing is that by the end of July, c'est still Atletico for ninjas offer them to come on tomorrow. There is a plan B.
Okay.
And that plan B may include player swap. And when you hear somebody like Ronald Araujo probably swapping plus money to Atletico Madrid for Brent FN because Barca wants him. And they are clear. Barca wants him. Plus the deal for Ferran Torres to go to Paris Saint-Germain can also materialize. And when it does, it can be good for them. Only the bad news from Akoso Barcelona is the injury of our bench friend Frankie de Jong. Frank Akupra, and he can go as long as 2 to 4 months of playing football from the World Cup. And it means that Barca cannot sell Marc Casado. We have to wait and then look at how the season will develop before they can do a decision on him. But Marc-André ter Stegen and so Echo, Ajax Amsterdam, they will pay a part of his fee, which is a good one for them. Will be the message be by. Also, shame on us that predicted for the African Europeans.
More predicted my France in the I say a friend Sapon K. Dennis.
Yeah.
Shame onto all of you who predicted win for the black European team, France. Bravo to the Spanish team, the team of the moment. Danny boy, and this is message in the
why shame on us? Daddy, why are you shaming us?
Yeah, the data ne ejuma. The data ne catch ne. Why you could do park in your room says data with you. Nanka ne da. Go be and ra cause we win good France water. And I mean, so we take Kylian Mbappe, and the other players are on board with them France. So and Spain born on boy no. There's no way Anna France be to win the game no.
Rich, maybe before
penalty na having.
The event you see what game, you know, and I heard you and you talk about the injury to Saliba. Of course, it will change something.
Sure.
Penalty, obviously, it will change something. But right, in the first half, even before all of these events, I noticed something. So in my analysis, I was keen to say one of the ways that France would beat India Spain for was the turnover in transition and the balls into the channel with the pace of Mbappe Moniade. France tried to do it. But this is where you have to respect Louis de la Fuente. Any Spain for De La Fuente for putting the team together, and then the Spanish players, especially the 2 center backs and either of the other full back, based on where the ball was, in doing their job, plus Unai Simon. Because even before those goals, it looked to me from commentary position, say Spain for or France and so they have the antidote to make sure they stop that. Pleasantly, I liked how the Spaniards responded to that analysis, because to be very honest with you, Rich, say Oko game you know that the Spaniards want to hold on to the play, and Paul Kubasi he didn't shy away from playing. And make Laporte, he didn't shy away from playing. But the problem was that say Spain if you want to go too deep, not say space near the center house next to S1. Unai Simon's starting position should be high. When you look at the data and you look at almost every numbers that come from the gamer, Unai Simon made the most sweeping from a goalkeeper than any goalkeeper in this World Cup in just one match. It's born in your Spain for the first cheaper. Then you see, no say boy.
On Kylian
Mbappe. Before Mbappe. And I asked myself, say, me person me show you play who the starting position because originally go anymore on Mbappe.
Yeah.
It means that his starting position was at the edge of the box.
The awareness was wrong.
Yes. And Rich, the goalkeepers, trainers, the coaches, they work on it.
Okay.
Say, I didn't bet me high in into your starting in 2-1 amount, Sandy your starting position should be high, then you can go and clear off. From there, honestly speaking, I said, nah, De La Fuente has done a good job. Who's that? Sometimes, and you debiana, me person member, and no Spain, we know, to be a discredit to France. I think Spain were fantastic. In fact, again, the next thing I realized in the game, which was said, France me, I didn't like the starting lineup of Michael Olise in this game. I think that Samachi, a Sanko midfield three, proper midfielders, Chimeni, Rabiot, and Admano Kone. But throughout the competition, France won't have played against low block sides. So when you play against low block sides, now Olise, Bakola, Mbappe, Dembele, it's because you want more technical players to break them down. But you are playing against a side that want to dominate the play. So you didn't need Olise and Bakola. You could have probably played back Olise on the wing and then taking off Bakola. Then in the game, you play Monokone. Because baby, I'm who says Spain for the dominating ball on the power was in the center of the park. And for me, they went back to the age-old adage of control the middle, control the game. It's me who be that. I don't think say the man of the match was Pedro Porro. Maybe the good I scored. It was Rodri Cascante. And the decision of Louis de la Fuente, maybe a Barca fan in the I saw a lot of Barca fans disagreeing inside the Obo Fabian Ruiz ahead of Pedri. Fabian Ruiz is a more natural DLP than Pedri. Pedri is more advanced in terms of progression. And the experience of Fabian Ruiz, if you want to control largely the ball, you will play Pedri. But person will control moment, or you combat him. Now we need duels on field for him to be able to control even without the ball. You need Fabian Ruiz in addition to Rodri. And then duels, ground duels, combat. Nani?
So
Bono, out of possession. Baby of a corner, he will commit a foul there. And he goes out, puts in a tackle, comes back. In all of this, Natalia and I can cash him. 2-1 game, still Natalia and what tackling us.
Ina ati atumine now yankonko din koba kakra ewo yanko farmer so beta yeduma de akato say live ewo YouTube and afi on Facebook nso no kwa wo benya nso ni bia yampato ase na afofo nso enya bi hwe na eno nya kama emfama wo nhihye ahodo nya so na ja eno nso atumi aboye pa eduma ni bato de tenie eno da World Cup no matches ni bi atumi toja na eno da the big game atase toja England wo mani Argentina and boy the see there ayewanim sam dada enye better kwa better remember we is a final no on the 19th ana ebaso no and so Spain woman Argentina and this year yakato say ye game village SG Mo ne beko na yakoko boy asisi na fe yet me the game no and so at your branch remember we is SG Mo and on the 19th year pato Sunday ya by e wona ye beko akwa so ni nyina e dia man no so atima bwante ba bia wo bia no aya no aba na yet me pape e dia bom kama na eno so atima bo as usual anope mama started transfers kakra and from me wi amede aye World Cup stories no atwa so e dia man pato dia tasa me come Manchester United na sisi Manchester di tuma eno da fifi man fede ba bete ho de ba abanto si academy the fan na team abanto ni de man kone. Yes, Manchester United akwa Blanton ho na Manchester ko no woma kwa kodin koma ko bisasa se na antene besia ko after say woma say Andy Santos ana afe ayejoli Chilemans woma tese omunya akoda we ya ebetimi aboye pa reporter men say ka say 50 million euros and yes car Manchester United betimi tia say Manchester at 50 million euros ni ko dia and Blanton on betimi nya na fe manu kone waba be Manchester United with him say Manchester qualify wobo ekwakobo UEFA Champions League ente so mo sise timi mu ye wo mo matimi ni jeje sanya be ya obetima bo Manchester wo mo so ekwa Europa wo mo so etima ya adwuma no ene enkoba kakwa cha etotwa ewo dwuma die so na anopa no me ka che kakwa adiama now ma me fro no na fe me nko Liverpool na uko Liverpool abanta de de Jean Diamante ya se Liverpool fako na Liverpool fako ya aboa ya de bo mo no ya 120 million euros ani eska ya se Abi Leipzig so mbeje na ya se 80 million ana Liverpool for the corner say cat for munya botena 80 million de anya de se bejo akoda ne bo no kwa ni mo onye player ketwa and this my madwe some pesa munya branta de Jean Diamante dia 120 flat mo de ba branta metumenya no just 19 years per na Jean Diamante etuma ba be sia kan adama deliver pardon say no ya reporter mensa eka e woduma de so a ena no pe me ka che kakra adama ma me nko Galatasaray na me nko di nko ba kakra na uko gala reporter mensa kan ye abanta de Leslie Ugochukwu akoda wo be bo Chelsea ni ade head am fa wo bu jane kwa ko Burnley reporter mensa ka say ai sisi ade be players bi boy for 3 million amount for you to be 120 any ade akoda we dey say 3 million pe ana ne bo no enso ya Galatasaray wo mani abesa on peso munya branta no na tese ne man so ekoye e de mo mani reporter mensa ka e wo dwumade so adom ahun koba kakra no ye di dwuma e wo dwumade so a eja ye di ema wo nhyehya wodo nyina anso na Mamenko City na Uko City a ya se Ibrahim Mbaye City for akodi nkomo after say yes City for ko ka say wo munya branta de tin ade Ayobuade a wo mo pe Ayobuade no wo mo se Ibrahim Mbaye akoda ne ye good pa no munya Ibrahim Mbaye 18 years ebetimi aboma sisi Manchester City enso maeska dwuma na okwakoye ade ama City no ade ama nyina nso atime akoye ade ama ma ne ya reporter Jamen Saka e wo dwuma de so na ya se nya Manchester City nkwa ene team ani de Tottenham Hotspur afre Aston Villa ene RB Leipzig ni Borussia Dortmund wo munya ta so munya branta de team ade Ibrahim Mbaye wo betimi asano ene ya amde kakran so a eba ewo dwumade so a ne make tire edema na João Gomes and so a player anope metete from Wolves yesa banta no etwane Aston Villa na ebon yesa 40 million euros and yes car we metime plus 5 million na tasa advance no so atema ka no metemanya banta de din ade João Gomes ane enkoba kakra mensaka ewo dwumade so ene anope ne make check kakra ade João Palanya akoda we ankaza de from Fulham na mese kwabda ne man dan ko enfama no ko Bayern ani amfa ma brancha de João Palanya reporter mensaka yesa yase Aston Villa Edin komo so metimenya branch from Tottenham Hotspur na abante to be tania ena ma betima koye jama Aston Villa boboko no wo mu atidi ye pasa wo metimenya akoda no ene enkoba kakwa mensaka e wo dwumade so na anope no meka che kakwa enso ediama ho abante ni di Xavier Sliger to Nottingham Forest ne yase to no ma complete akakwa bi se Abanta zubetime egwamu ediama Aston Villa anu ye reporter mensaka yeso Oliver Glasner eteso nya akuda we ya ebetime aboye pa ama Nottingham Forest adwuma no edema nso atume akoye nkoba kakra na Mekoto Matuchao what the head coach Adema England kwabna update mensaka yese yaze papa no say the contract na to 2028 na another ye England film ni Mekodi nkoba wo mzi yankabo obi anta yese papa do munya ne kwan wo be na to aso aye adwuma jama the Three Lions of England and tebia wa ye wa address openya ndi Tomatucho bakon pato Tomatucho onko ba bia wotena na wa ye adwuma no Adema England aye team no anu ye reporter mensaka Mamenko Zinedine Zizou aye sitana katena menin koba uko Zinedine Zizou nakatia reporter eba yesa yasa so on the 25th of this month and yasa the France Football Federation eba so betime adi the Le Blues and so the no France national team no she say head coach oba refer juma no Zidane na Zidane juma no oba ya no yasa contract na nkasa de wenyansa na on the 21st of this month and mo hwe so betime sign contract no edi ama na yasa monthly salary per month bia opeyine edi 300,000 euros 300,000 euros and yes car papa no and so baba tineta wetima ya juma no de ama France man no yakoba kakwa e for my de ba now yamna wake up na yeni nkoba kakwa another
Argentina mano wamunso eti England ebomu entra emieno amateso wamunso eti mu baako matesa ade no na ha adwiri ye pa Anthony Gordon anonya the first goal edma England mano yaboko ya enso ba beteka no on the 85th minute and eja ye de time kakra de to so na satam na ye de to so na obi nim dia ekoba ya se ne ade se abanta de Martinez fini yo and Luta na boni datrem kenyanyanyai kwabna it is coming home no said na medi kankai no ade na yasi nkwantia ana aja yasi motia bi befa koye enche no ada enema na nkoye amfama England man beta enkoma kakwa mensaka enu we say final no on the 19th na yabono anu Spain wo bani Argentina ana edi esiane na anope mene na ma na makwa hu se game na enya maso no yasi wo medi the best 11 for Spain and Argentina adiaba minimal say woni o mo ya adwena best 11 between Argentina and Spain no wo mo sise na sitia goal post no Unai Simon and no me di bedam afia akire ho wo mabo Cristiano Romero no mabo Paul Kubase wo mabo Pedro Porro no mabo Marco Correa afia fifio wo mabo Rodrigo Cascante na wo mo apo Abrantan de Enzo no mabo Leandro Paredes afia Lamine Yamal be jantantanwa Luta anso be jano manai no mabo Lionel Messi enso afia the final so eno the best 11 World Cup final na etotadom eno ya no pay report kakweja eba atase make akire e de ma won sisi ahudo nyina so mame bani mena memfa bi family we sisi on World Cup na ayebo yes, a player we create chances do pano Lionel Messi 8 chances and a plantain a create after planted the Michael Olise one so no a create 5 chances na wa ba benya Joshua Kimmich 4 chances and after Jean Diamonde 4 Nuno Mendes 4 and no chances ha do na so atime aya no ya report eja epa e wo dwumadi so ene anopa make check akwa ediama the most goals scored in the World Cup history. Me pato tenye pa most goals scored in the World Cup history. Anu aye Lionel Messi ne dinkai. Anu aye 21 goals. Ana Lionel Messi ase Mbappe ase 20. Ana fe Abanta 18. Adi Miroslav aye close ase 16. Ronaldo ase 15. Ana afe Harry Kane ase 14. Where a World Cup all time aye goals scored. Ana nano pe medi aba. But uba the this current aye World Cup aye ba goals ni assist no. Joe Crown do drop no. Lionel Messi 12 goals involvement and equal Leo Kylian Mbappe equal 11 Erling Haaland and so equal 7 na wabanya Harry Kane we equal 7 wabanya Jude Bellingham we equal 7 Ousmane Dembele and so equal 7 and no ya report up e we tumedi so na anana Tomatucho another Japan game ne business papa another wanya dia kwa na we betena fie no say na asu no say wakam obi atase enyo no nkwa na wo se coach bia over coaches by hand the jack na say coach biabo game ya I know say ade we pa dem ye ni sia na nkababua kwabra so wade atum anu wono obo game ni wi ya no say dabi na nka say me ye ni say na bua ama England enso etime awene ento aske wakato bia say ade na nya structure ana ya bibi enye England no structure mo de bo game no anase bia decision bi ana chese de aba game na nkasa de nyame anim ne aniama na amfa mamu owie no hu se ade we de anko ye ni se ana nke betimi aboye pa ane enko beka kwa de tomato chop e de elpa e wo dwumadi so we baba pe na Joe Hart se asamikai papa no anya de Joe Hart se yanka mo bia de se coach pa was Argentina bako nanka unim sanka mante betimi ya adwuma no na wogide wo players no ma ye ncheni sa o ene ba to Joe Hart se dia tomato choya na tese onye boys ni want England players ni because ade no ya na flakadon pa ana pay ni o we pepe ana wanru de say yanka ma papa de ntia say defeat na o man ni nya no jamfa mo tomato cho eza say tomato cho ni this season changes no ya no ana kwakofa sa wo mo so elimination so e dia ba ni ya reporter pa e wo dwumadi so na yasi le Messi so I record na yasi Messi record one so we second player in the history in a World Cup sir one so echo finals 2 occasions the second time Lionel Messi and so echo and the Messi record echo no the only second player in a history at so do World Cup final 3 times mako 3 anele no Messi nkwa aye apart from South record na Messi aye no yes Argentina so ba be record Argentina record no nso aye no say 1962 ana sa first record na etota ene ye peso time mo tie 1962 wo mo ba no mo san e ba beje tat ne edisi so and this Argentina etimi ti World Cup ni so mo na so a wo mo ba be the first team since 1962 a wo mo di World Cup the following year the following edition wo ma sa kwakode ade so mo na so ene Argentina man no report from akate ade eba na no pemeka ete kakade man na Jude Bellingham say yankabo bianta say Lionel Messi dia woni ne bo akwabro say akwade incredible player what did Messi want to say na papa pay mu baby a Messi adu pa but Messi aduma no ye no awosuri ye pa and Jude Bellingham as is yankanto bia say ono na ni ante pa so ni Lionel Messi and so say no always in the best of luck our final no say dia dey say na obetibia say is I say Madrid ade ni yabam the nam say wo bo Madrid intino ade na kwa ye Barca ade Madrid and this Argentina it's Spain and the Barca for the come man to no Jude Bellingham at the Alba to media so and also a man for who hit kaka and you saw any Messi with problem be no now Messi the obviously there any problem what's the problem be no just football ne de ubodu ba bia na nyama nkoya e de hit kakraba anu nchasa woni aya branta de tina de Messi e wo problem na se bibisa anu ya report ampato Jude Bellingham so ade aba e wo dwumade so na no pe no make take kakra ade ma wanti sha wo de so ma mi flo no na nkoya ni me ya se Messi kuro ya wodi nam ha ya se wo mu nko wo so mahu Jordan Pickford aye ne bottle no na omu ko hair bottle no hey sanga no fire o madwe say dey be ko final na ko final na say do the last slot of the game a penalties never come and the penalty shootout no kwa na screen so Messi dia ne ya say Messi ayo fake aye left wadwe be yo say wo ball e dey akọ left we be wan say say wa David at the call right and to fake air left and no and so air the Messi obeba sa be pen obeye after Brandon the Montiel so yase Montiel so ba beba we be so best stand the air left not as wa David at the call air right and he said abasa wo ebetuma boy ti abasa to ho fa call air nifa so after Alexis McAllister yes no so the one day ba ko pe wo ba to ko nifa wo betene de and ye McAllister no wo mo tasa Brandon the Enzo Fernandez so Enzo Fernandez so aya dina fifi because Enzo aya o person fifi no bopa wonu so de jane no anom so etesa adese Nico Gonzalez wonu so de aya hodi ezansa kura no babo a won so aya so baba no head dina kaka kwabra mo say react stand firm we better kura no penalty no kwabra mo ye we nyina avo amfa ade na amfa ndi eno ya dia Argentina for no aya tese eno no pa yes England ada wo mu goalkeeper water bottle anko ade ba beti penalties no eza Argentina for we no say mom chia ya ba ne ko penalty na ma ba be stand firm ne stand right any ade no ya reporter eba e wo dwumadie so na Alexis McAllister say yankamo obi anteza akoye true say de otie McAllister what's the ni ade pa say wo mo ni ayo Spain e ko final na wo mo ni mpobo mienu na e ko final wo mo po ne ye fe odi say an football ko abna aye kika say be football kika de anya physics and ye de bo aye football na ni ade pa say two teams e ko final ni nyina obi a e bo productive football obi a bo good football atese no so betimi abonom enko kaka ne na Lionel Messi say yankamo bianta asese wono oba wake up amanfo bisa se adenti na oba na so okom dikadika kwabra tie Messi asema kan Messi say wake up ne ba bedu ha you will be asabe ne yire janom you will be a oni adwuma you will be a struggle our life you will be a kwan ko obefa so abosume kwa no nyame be na adom na abosume atom no kwabra wasi nya easy and this when your opportunity now ba be wake up am sanko for any adia wasi am ye the extra energy be na ebo enti ne wake up na obo no se mu se Messi ani abre no obo ndikadika nya so obo de ama no ho wasi sanko for na we asin se da nya omo de ene man se dan ko ye mfa bo football ana ye o manager no be bo pa so ma sanko for na ni tie pa ene enko be kakwan so a wadi tuta e wo dwumadie so ene na Lionel Scaloni ye head coach at Argentina man o se ne mrante ne edu baby emu tina ana wo se sa no players no mu ye adwuma ye pa enti wo boy ne players na ba so enko be kakran ne Cuti Romero se ene ada na man for from bad players wadi Lisandro Martinez esan so mu nyina di yellow card beta asidan Kenya mese ya bo game na wie obi andi record game no metima wene ene man so tima ko da ma qualify comment man ya report and pato abrante ne edi twitwa wo dwumade so Manchester my last story dey yes Marcus Rashford adin komo eso sa enya de so obeko ba bia Mark Carrick wo wotidi o Mark Carrick mo and this side o no akase we decide on Manchester be aduma enti tani amo ye na ye beton kwabena sisi de se bia mo nya we me confirm dia mama Branton say oni Mark Carrick e be aduma enti munya no na afi oni Carrick nya aduma no na munya na ye beton no enfa hema no ye dia pa e wo dwuma de so na no pe no make it dia ma bibia ni ho dia ma me hena me fan crofo amansonso ensem no emfasia say chiridi ana ade ba ko say it is coming home na enya ndurufie
nsomi ayoda
o say
nsomi bi acho
na kwabena say ayase wani da bibi so no wa heda enya no ano da na
ana akozi
ano anso de ya buro mo nso ankasa
onim sese ma anya fast da nyumre no mi pay yi kakra bi ya angment mi any de nyumre no
sa
masa
na
tomatuko de mi niasim bi aka kire no enna arawam de die no
any changes na
mi tibi na yo
changes na na
de ni gusu sa
changes na na the problem na because na that means the what the day
because it's a defender
so yeah no so
almost over my Mary
so nko so obebunia nka Messi nti anka obebunia enzo amfa da benz amfa tintin kunta
osun wakwa tingingo
ewie na ye bibi oho
all right
enti Midwest
yenya aye final two teams ni na deserve it say also omo ekọ aye final na omo ene omo anyonko so no etimi ebo insurance 4.5 for encourage media so emfa emamo Tuesday edition sorry and Thursday anyamia akofo ne share no mshare no am I confused anti pamcho nenye Tuesday and Thursday all right yentroso na yemfase na emfama ya boafo kakra be na me nso dan chakra because enu amusana boys a debuta but another man is on so we better start discussing so the am but me say se bia person to ade online download the Jumia Ghana awo ofo no so sese is as a Jumia de nyame no grene so order bibi awo online no mo de ama no efo papa and how ya answer nche na delivery no so timi aba na bibia na akoye enso diamanti wo person wo ton de ama o tia download the app no our phone so na afi ene de maka cho say business no ye our online na afi na akọ shop so akọ fa nipa ni eniama na atonton na wo upload ewo eye Jumia site ho obi opebia to bia na oba ho onso apese utobie ni so ho enti ho no aye toton oton no obi so oton no obi to sa enti so download the eye Jumia Ghana app no abo aye phone so ho na onso enema bia wo pebia na sa wa woton ene wa onso pebia to ni na no bibia enkoyi emfama maka tro sa sawaja ba ko pe eno na abo Ghana han so bia to bi no di dware ye fa na Camel natural selection charger onya bi na odi dware be bo pa isan se e ma natural color no ebaye kokko tuntum ena efrehuro ena esan esham entibi kura wutie me na no pay o perfume asa na ode eye Camel natural selection charger edi dware you are good to go uwie ya sha atade no na epie na bibia enkoye enfamanti mpachaw obaso color no etoso de a eye Camel natural selection charger and American for them King Dave investment amana kofa free Europe abrochimem ediaba otobia bebo pa baby aton cosmetic aya honya me bia so ensamana no cosmetic shops no okwa ebi ebo ho me pacho kuma sene nkran now so betuma kabi 0243 744 855 hon samono eno sanso ena no pay yedia sedane bi ema amanse community bank plc bank papa o pebesia yema won kasancha kra na ebano eye customer service yedia take box bia se de si boy adwuma no enya asem ketwa enti yese odi bebi account no savings account current account susu account and a fixed deposit account unya ebie ya besia no se de open bia ye be ne kama enso de mana besia no kɔgye a sika bɔten deɛ ananya problem o but nsi ho no a yɛ ka no interest rate no ɛno na ma ɛyɛ amanse ɛyɛ unique ɛwɔ n'afuom yɛn no yɛ interest rate no in fact sɛ wode compare competitors a wotumi sɛ yɛn deɛ no yɛ danso a yɛda ɛyɛ nsoɔso ho ɛno ntiri mesrɛ bra bɛgye besia ɛyie na abɛfie mepatwɔ asɔre na mopɛ ɛyɛ sika na mode asiesie hɔ saa nso ɛna moyɛ kuo mopɛ sika na mode ayɛ adwuma me se amanse na mokɔ sisiei nneɛma mbɛsia no bi na Ghana nso de yɛahyeta baabi a Antoa Krom, Manso Nkwanta, Manso Adubia, Manso Data no Bekwai, Roman Hill, Ahojo, Santase, Sofolai. In fact, Miamia Bebre, Amanse Community Bank PLC, Branani Emetrase, na Yemso to me Ambo Esanse, yeah, you also reliable financial partner. Brana Bejebesia, maybe Biancoye, Emfa Emauza 247 200013 Amuzu Dr. Amuzu say new product or the abedwa so Amuzu hair food me pacho uyo ba na wutie me wudi nkubi kotwi wuti ama wotwi wuti ni wie no ama wuti ni nyina atutu so ho antemfo yare ba bia yawo ama wuti ni nyina ya basa obado ani monyam ene wuti ni pacho wo sa problem na anope akoto Amuzu hair food na fa wuti minim na wuti ni na atutu ni nyina ebesan afu kama ne mo edu na sa aye black enti wa wo ye permanent wonso a wa dreadlocks no in fact timi no mema mo yimuti barbering shops ahodo munyina mu kotutobi na fa fatimi nim webs ne baba kama na matinye no aye fe me pacho ehoa ewo timti amada bia uju tirima me kamfo Amuzu hair food no edna ediamao Uvrem our cosmetic shop bia me pacho bi sabi na yenyi bi emfama opedoso pro atu no akwa koton me pacho eye Amuzu junction Tafu in Shire so Kumasi ya 0242 955 056 Ejuma ko kese bi ewo Kumasi ya me pacho omo pamade na omo epre eye professionals animo aye ejuma o pamade to mema niema na ehome me pacho company ne say salary ne die ekoyie keke o de wan kasabra na yemfa ejuma na ne nya ejuma ne hwe obo se ba bi o ye ejuma nyina ha de unique esan se yaketua no eye dansoa entibra na onso ne emama ye ejuma onso apesa wusua no onso betimi aba na oba besua ye san kra no ema alawa aha enti ukra do any problem anytime bia benya sika o de beko eye ejuma me patro ejuma me kan wasemi awo eye Kumasi ya tech police station hona aran ho na ejuma kuyi enso mpatro from na woni eje ho no mo enya ejuma 0549 528402 Electroland bringing the stadium home me patro the World Cup net 12 nyame adoma World Cup ni na no at the climax no nyame adoma on Sunday ho and na said the icing on the cake ye wie dwumadie no me patro between Spain and Argentina na Electroland say brana yama smart TV so a boy dwuma pa na the picture quality also sound ni koyie Samsung TCL Nasco the final no so final no ukura 699 as low as 699 obenya fast screen TV now so World Cup what me e dia hwe kama pa achede kese rafo no ono so rekodo me pato auto TV ni wia ana home appliance bia abeto bia no uvia je eye coupon fele nyame ya adom ne obodia eno so no achede kese na Electroland and so the ebema wo 0503 159 739 eno eye omo number from CCA the new Bico energy drink me pacho onya bi nanom a ebetimi abɔ papa na hode na anu a olusuye ni nyina mimisa no pay se me nya bi go pa nka mitimi na yadwuma because anu a nso mi bi a kyem no atiefo anam so ma kyesa hangover ni na de no wagim ti ano pem sorry ya ena menya bi amaboba no dendende a me de ayadwuma nti it is coming home good morning obia we it is coming home bia no me so kwagibi na onso no na bibia no enya kama enso emfama computer adusua Union Practical Institute yede practical so enya computer schools na ubewie no abon onnim hwe computer so kra nim so union te de oba ye kyerɛw computer no enti awofo amutie me mo mana awie JHS ene SHS no mesra mo omo ene nam fie so ho wa hwe akina ema ne titu no akofa nyinsan e diaba ma ne nkosua computer ne result nem na no na ono nso no bibi papa bi etimi aba na aye na brabom onso apeso ye top up so oye professional course no onso betimi aba data analytics, design technology, drone piloting, software engineering, computer hardware and mobile phone technician, artificial intelligence, AI mastery nina ye ne kama ne course bebre abebo ama onso dachi bia benya dwuma papa etimi aye no aye genius practical institute yo kumase sesan so heya o try nchefama sesan so sifam na a friend number 0555 383848 me pacho 0555 383848 na munomo eni enkomo ene anopia amo ena aso yasene plans ena na P phones and accessories me pacho okoho na wakwati home appliances nyina ofu na ekuta na say any only problem ko na piece here okwa aka chen say Richard ne se memra na Saudi osika nso kra aka chen say Richard say my payment plan ya mama 3 months to 12 months na de treat ne kakra entimpacho ofu na ekuta na say as say their complaints na eye afako na pi ho dia ma phone treat ne kakra sanso na problem bia ba ho a ya be ni asolve e dia ma ho yeto home appliances flat screen TV, air condition, fridge, microwave, washing machine, and it's any money I use to feeling in a tombi, and so we na catch it. Na ye promotion. Promotion I and say, Oto Adiania try the fufro. Into for example, Bia, what of flat screen TV, na Yamao a year. Ayon, self-fakoto ayo niama, and niama be in fact, it depends on the obato, na ya chow niama, and so etimi edi akaho. And to pay na pedian is an anapedia why de just a promotion, no baby. O matete niama so, ebu awotwa, yama brand outside the church and kaka, umpe na pedian, me pato rum, na onso niama ekoso hono, kona control the nebibiano, enkuyi enfamau, kumase edum, baby mi ensaniabo. Asida was kept me hona opposite ombo ho ena PZ nana kwesi ajama building no ubiso obia obechrawo ena obiba JK building no opposite Prudential Bank also omo ho tamale Abuabo station enkran eye Magdina Zongo Junction 0533 093422 anopay omo ena aso yasina yetinko nyamina edit the Thursday edition of Nhyira Digital Passport Jumedino at the Abraham Jude Owusu Bafo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, bro.
Now to say
Nyami adom me announce we.
Oh Nyami adom.
Okay, say
Bibia fine.
Penso the German burger sem ni.
What can burger idea? Burgers in about quarter town.
Sound.
Burgers no.
Okay.
And no dia ya ana ono so free US.
Okay.
Ababe Drew Ghana. Minia Gaxon Auku. Gaxon Auku.
Okay.
Or Worcester. Or US. And Gaxon and so
I almost prefer the US of A. Some the
United States of America.
The US.
Enti Gaxon Akwaba. And Rayana of US. And so Ababe Drew Ghana. Good morning, mi jide se oba Ghana so no Ghana 82 kama pa akwaba wi so me for na yedi eye enkomo dude two major talking point Thomas Tuchel ne game management
yes
and substitution or
yes
in the game and afi Abrantia ye fese Lionel Andrea Messi yen kani nyina mum
okay
na sime di enemy die fa ewurum na inin komono emfa enko
Rich medas winia Rich first of all me abebo Argentina abaso enu almost sign chere ade bi me kai say prior to the start of the game Linus Scaloni na wamano I very clear consistently sa question we it keeps popping up and anytime I say question we bebebiano answer odemano or you very emphatic with the answer odema about say Argentina because in this World Cup I clearly say per one team Rich was suffer ye pana Argentina. Yehu against Cape Verde, yehu against Egypt, even against Switzerland. Yehu. And where one team was suffer year part of this very competition. And anytime be a baby Sani Biano, and about quite clear and say, a part of their DNA. They actually built to suffer. It is part of them. Hence, I'll see it as hard and I say. Into almost enjoy suffering impo. Na suffering no and no yehu character and resilience we show. Into onye bothered about Sadiana Ekoso. And Rich said, "Okay, sana na me join am so papa we." Ninsem you okay. Me na me sure say Donkor e be better the afaso. Cause Rich indeed say ope team in terms of experience. Ukras Sadiana, bro. Trust you me certainly the Argentines. Seeing them come for 2021 Copa America on the J or say Brazil by a solitary goal. And Yensan Summa 2023-2024 and also only Colombia and also Sarah Rich game no travel for extra time and San Otimia Colombia by a solitary goal, including even the finalismo. I don't know European Championship best team Italy on the boys or world best. And as a Copa America for no mushia na Argentine said this Copa America title deba no Sansukra world title or deba now or this year mono any do faso and the rich even the last World Cup before this World Cup share acquire faso bray the first game was against Saudi Arabia Javier Renard and a coach then saw by a solitary goal rich obianim so by the free competition no Okoya could do grand finale so on France. Share Kwamo so SA France. Such a frail encounter. Eti o share penalty shootout where Emiliano Martinez ever be a hero of the day. Clearly it tells you say almost for such situations na almost from as a body ye. Enti where one team on your bothered about say ye game now boss or bread and son was to go and answer whataka. On him say a part of their DNA until they've gone worry that. And Rich say and also now compare Omutu the previous Argentine teams are now Omunya. Not clearly except Diego Armando Maradona team Omunya no. Na Argentina team bi obenya biano. Na almost a mental problem no. Osha Brazil na Brazil ni sadia no. Brazil and rely solely on a player. But Argentina at a point here one star man no carry team no. When your star man now wu. Who's after Diego Armando Maradona drew baby baya baba bedrew Ario Ortega onukra na omodu omoni ekokoto ne so enti se omo bono omo anya one star man obetimi carry team no on the tiny shoulders na niema jigupe na omo bibia say ba Brazil there obetimi abo even without Ronaldo obebo Rivaldo mo ebebo at the expected results aba enti omo asesa saade no ana omo aba be a team sa flamboyance no unya ni bebre said the first na nka benyo particularly Oje World Cup no na rather waba benya a team any type of football person on the ball rich or ready so bebo say street football na opa because everyone say do baby no obeka say as gangsters in quotes rich ball no more ball street ball power
typical South American game
and no more and I loved it because I know the man trait of a world champion say I built for everything and ya dia ba kope and obetimi bibia or yebi and bro and run home me shade bi on say about first 30 minutes na game me so interesting the am so interesting no na say a game a create clear cut opportunities so as at the time we about 30 minutes no obi am far shots encoy not even one shot on target in pony and the West anya free knockout team bia ho say about nearby bedroom stage say not 30 minutes not even a single shot and reach Sobeke at a point now offer starts now and so interesting yenya 11 fouls 0 shots because clearly it was a street football and then two teams yenya from them but rich game no air war on and at a point unim say first 45 minutes now check it XG expected goals are being now 0.08 and only since 1966 World Cup yabwa ya drew knockout stage rich yabona first half emos XG no okay but almost no because of how an game no is it here but bro second half 55th minutes and a branch friend Anthony Gordon enya goal at the man the Free Lions of England And after it, the impression was that met me a body upon Sal go now almost now almost win. But Rich, funny enough, interestingly, suddenly na England game no asasesa. Almost say go ni we no. After it, and almost decided say almost na ko their own half. Almost pie. Na me patcho ya the hit map bi beto so.
Okay.
Na masha ade. O show hit map na almost virtually the entire English team setup. Mina almost own half except Abrante and the Anthony Gordon. Obianya ready say Obaba BPA. So at that point, the American when they say mentality by in England at the bobon. Me sure say yeah they are too so bro. So me bisa me say mentality by no the bobon. What's the goal? Who opportunity? So bet me pass another one. We suddenly now almost some game plan say rather they would prefer say on be defended. And onim adeba ko a da bia me ka say Mount Spaniards no bro aboa omo ababa besi sa point menim say ode atoso we ye game no overall starting po and ode atoso overall start no clearly
or the heat map no
or the to so okay
that's the heat map. It is a osha baby England half no one
perfect.
Now the check it baby Argentina half no one the only player Otra center
Morgan Rogers.
Omo makani na.
Yes, Morgan Rogers. Omo makani na kwa kugu echi. Omo ready to open up. So the impression was that Omo okay with that solitary goal now Omo nya no mbe defending. And the other move say mentality na the typical English mentality asaba at play. And I knew say just a matter of time rate they'll get punished for it. And bro, onim dia maybe Samuel. Na me share changes be a course so e will game no more. Rich me who those changes no. And I'm say to sell the oil or create problem their man. Because Rich, whenever you have Leo Messi in the game, BBI possible. Or bet me as side game the complexion at any point in time. Game na England airborne. Baby ba ko a steady na Argentina. Enjoy free pan. At the left side of their defense, consistently, Leo Messi, who say Argentina players do not know how creative overload. Yes,
just spent.
I heard them say 2 goals in the free buy. So I gave us one consistently. I heard them how creative overload no effort because they realize say I heard them no Emre. And to me, I don't know maybe someone say
no second goal by Spence.
Bro,
defenders ain't easy defending. Oh, come on.
No, Rich. They are not me say bisa me ho. And they say, coach, instead say changes are or the consa eba. Or the moment how the consa ebeba, as you consa ebeba, he's a centre back. So all the consa eba. Now we Gordon everyone. The impression is clear. Who say defend you? At the point England air ball with 6 defenders. Or the Abrante and the other than Ben eba, and or the Nico Rally and so eba. Now it was clear say about defending. So the
so Thomas Tuchel not John the yes changes in you now.
Yes.
More
heights.
And so Argentina share Egypt no.
Yes.
No pejabon no. So I think at that time I do not Thomas Tuchel okay. At this point I show more no. Yambo low block. So Argentina for no munya ways and me beyond the better go now. Then on the chance some the on the page the boss. Because strikers in But I think that Sargent no emphasobia me or say one now. On my players in Kugu I knew it was over for England.
No, because Rich, when you have a personality like Messi in the game, Argentina ain't in the problem. Argentina will wait or problem or your way. Say now only natural wingers and only so say the defense so a weak or agree, especially in the centre backs or your way. So the enemy be some on say, oh, personality like Bukayo Saka.
Oh, Noni Madueke. Oh, Marcus
Rashford. Oh,
who can run?
That is it.
Because that time no once and one and Argentina the game the bounce.
It was clear exactly, bro. And Rich Udumade. Steady idea be about even Anthony Gordon no uniform no. Anthony Gordon no nimsa nka space no ana Messi mo pretty free no. Ko bet me occupy space no. Because on apart from say all pace no. Or to me so as a defender or cover space no. Okay, against England against Mexico. at a point no about dual role na okosa our space on eko cover ho nyina enti na bisa no say papa no mentality or the Igbo game no emwa rich enra Leo Messi esanso echa de bi Argentina England of course on one aye na we free e ma nim blame obia na ade bi asanso ababio question bi na amanfo bisa Cole Palmer but what you say for Cole Palmer for be said Trent Alexander-Arnold Phil Foden because you can't even competition nation say na metin afia me analysis okay say me can say me chere say England ebebo osia average teams obese omo so okay me can me say obese average teams the oppressor or the ombi or the bayom but the moment as stakes no echo higher and higher a obesia teams omo sa level no eye honum no mbenya problem because odru honum players won't make me impact games. Yes, or Jude Bellingham or Harry Kane. And when so share at a point, Harry Kane and anybody or midfield. And a home no baba ball every because supplies and your forthcoming. Obeka say yes, ABI was a strategy, say, or bet me a creative space, no, ama crosses, no, at me every wings honum abba. But the point is, not all your balls. It's not I will say obaho. And Rich, a home nana saying assembly cyber because my catch all say Elliot Anderson ain't me out those line breaking passes. On to mean split defense apart. On to mean yes, Edgeman M farm. Omo midfield no M2 Spain for midfield. But also what man?
Sure.
Omo to omo. Odi ano to nchi Declan Rice. Ne passes are ya normal no. Normally I go sideways. And your passes are a open defense apart. So who will be set for Fordina? I don't know many oja no fee. Even Trent Alexander-Arnold. Or bet me impact games. Because no obvious say goals cry na wunya no do na no every crosses England went to check World Cup your boy most of their goals about 70 to 80% from crosses now we just a talent Kobe man so ho or their branch any course on conquer because only matter point it was clear say England needed that they needed somebody who bet me a completion of the game with their mom.
Midfield na say.
Midfield no say you have such
Argentina
a talent.
for no for born and no as
You almost pass on the ball here, and you have such a talent. Not at home. It's let me be someone say, Papa no like ball no dent and this the bring an answer say. Now Rich and wrong. Messi dia ya kana asem wa kan bra.
Me say me kana say.
Messi dia emo bia ha ne ho na asem.
Za Messi agima mi bi.
Emo bia ha no.
39
at 39
now bobo
ya dey await or the 20 years utie Diego Armando Maradona mo omo intime impact games and chese you Messi longevity or dey there
how consistent are you
consistent abrante no aye Messi ball na obo at 39 and Maradona cry the end dey rich the etimi say mo make a case for Leo Messi no e say Maradona cry the end dey ni enim dey esan so eka ne ho so kai yeni madia na esai ka ho eba asem no Messi till now ne ho ma asem na for 20 years since 2006 they all ya no ye bibian so say wayemre now the strategy is that even obobo na steady say no rich unim Messi Oshana say ofu so to meka bebre na obebro han on until games steady
o dem fa ball
on until games it on until nyina no ne energy no o use ne sa anti period that unim say Argentina air down anyema agiegu ofu say bia Biden no team energy levels were form no obesan affect games and bro and unim say Messi o
me kai tamano Argentina da form back so Argentina players no obia ko Messi
obia hwe no
who all catch him say masa
they must just calm down
we dem fa ball na mo fa ball
minim dem de ball ne be
and Lionel Messi at 39 when you say baby Harry Kane ko re no on any course and probably was a game out of
exactly
Lionel Messi
Debbie oh say oh no because all low center of gravity how he's built it's a branch and he's really taking good care of himself. So Messi bobo na hwe clearly who a player one fan ye ma bia nka ne game one fan say ni game ti said the Ronaldinho mu e de kan ho no enti Antonio abe retire no ahode ne be koso aho rich unimade they must always thank Leo Messi because Argentina Enzo Fernandez is a good player, Lautaro Martinez fantastic player, McAllister super but rich unimade ba kwa mahu sir omu ball ni nyina no mu enya Leo Messi so omu betimi outperforming omu opponent no extremely difficult. They need Messi to gel. That is what he brings on board. The game changer. Apart from so no mu ankasa no ebese games no. Say last 11 games are wabono. Either obese goal and also obe make an assist. Ababe a record on its own. And offer Messi Wababe specialist about 12 goals knockout stages. Rich Wababe specialist. We have to appreciate that gentleman. Unim de mi hu. Share me perceive a comparative analysis be. Among for Felisa Messi during the last World Cup or ball this World Cup me boy. But Rich me patrol yen sign first starting into so. First start there that's no.
So the 2022 World Cup. I bought Qatar.
Yes.
Osha 7 goals. Emma 3 assists.
3 assists.
Chance created 21.
Yes.
And a successful drivers. Say Okuta ball no triple player. And also now 15.
15. Yes.
Now 2026 yes. This particular World Cup.
Yes.
Was 8 goals. Wama 4 assists. Wa create 26 chances. And a successful drivers no 24.
Yes.
So it means that we are better than
and even the argument that Leo Messi during the last World Cup played better than this World Cup, it is not true. It's a fallacy. But also by virtue of the stats I'm providing, it's a fallacy. It's a complete fallacy. Said Messi World Cup we Ukraine, what Bobo the last World Cup. Look, another argument you'll be raising is
like last World Cup never or no 35.
I mean no 35.
And when you 4 years, I can't get 39. Wabobo 35.
Wabobo 35 there no.
Akwawi anka say Sam Messi win.
And reason why there. Adeba ko say san so huni o say san appreciate Messi. Na nko bi beka say arguments so beba say okay World Cup we no. Obebo more games achen the last World Cup meboa. But reach me patrol World Cup we no difference aba Messi the game back open aba beshem ana meboa. Game back open here the aba beshem no. Start ya me dey ma munyi no. Utie, starter so far, 7 matches.
Sure.
7 matches near Canada. The last World Cup said 7 matches and so no boy. 8 matches start in a day.
Okay.
7 matches go.
The same 7.
And still almost high results. It's rich. Then I'll bet me Arcadia found. Pastor Sweden me point 3. And your ball no nimbo. It's still saying no. Oba be raising the argument of Lionel Messi ball any idea. What how? And which only there Messi and one. They can't be actual. Yempo. Ballon d'Or no Samuti anye yese Kim na Messi age World Cup na who say Ballon d'Or no obenya Robin him so on be agina de oye no say Argentina je World Cup na which so James one said definitely the influence in the grand finale e be say very key the
moment Ballon d'Or no
yes
na nkenim say Ousmane Dembele
yes Mbappe
and Kylian Mbappe but almost unfortunately almost to be finals.
Because Lamine Yamal, you say competition as due to injury.
No, so started
perfect.
It's in the middle of way now. No, so buy
exactly.
And
World Cup Rodri ball all right, but normally Messi the ball the excitement or generating. Rodri out those excitement which a key.
No, midfielder Kasa de Ukoshia attacker.
And we then saw popularity in a way. And the county. So the popularity of Leo Messi. The very moment of the World Cup, no, a Jumanu SC.
And it may bow, Jude.
Bro.
Lionel Messi, MLS, and say, I know, Bobo.
Money say, because only MLS no also reserve a lot of energy. At the China World Cup, all young Congo plan on himself, on the World Cup, no, and when a creme de la creme, no, yes, also exciting goals. I've watched him over and over again. What MLS, no, also exciting goals, all right. But, some performance here, all turning it out, no. On first, our performance, no, and daddy. Consistently, I was that period, no, because only what is at stake. He feels that among for Felisa it is over, but any over still bet me give him more. And which on him said the Messi and one. So Messi a plan sign Mamuno or Shen Usuya Messi bet me as another World Cup. Oh yes, with the man may yana Muhone Sana as a BBI simple diamamuno
2030 or Basabo. Catches. I woke up with Yamamu.
Because
is the way you go to Yankanasam crab.
Say no crab coupe. Say the argument of Leo Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, even Ronaldo fans. Etia say Messi onye nipa, Ronaldo e nipa, Ronaldo e goat. nipa fam. But Messi no every nipa fam. Messi is a saint, but what you say? Ronaldo a goat. Nipa fam or a goat. But low Messi in person.
Okay.
Messi is a saint. We're free ball. Yeah, in fact, sign any no. Man, because the man no. Me almost at a point I heard the Jude Bellingham in here. I don't even say Jude Bellingham. It was a strategy just to unsettle Leo Messi because he felt that I'm fat. Marco Matra Diana or the Zuzu Zinedine Zidane. As Zidane didn't before a head batter no. I don't mean an anchor Jude Bellingham episode. But Messi, regardless of the Obeno, what you maintaining the camp or maintaining the composure, Rich. Me feel say Messi, I will see a said that Esuano. He's an institution. Or see a set up
the whole institution.
No, he's a.
I say Inya Butena. I
appreciate Messi so much and will pay me to tell Edema Abrantiano.
Okay.
And rate me when they say England, of course, Thomas will say, only baby, I could truth of the matter is reality. They say England and
it's
true, but the point is that Rich England and Casano a breath of top class managers, you know. Yes, because English goes to that's the point. Rich, maybe Premier League from Arsene Wenger time and England for Esunan. Now foreigners they dominate Premier League, so they need to accept that reality. No one tells us so bet me a dead but your certain stage game the group England any more limitation. But Rich him a foot on some dem Argentina and I mean fee abem. Se Spain esa go ya Spain nim how obe defend you and yes what about the obetimi akura ball na am here dia pon in as much as I hear ball about their mental fortitudeness no almost share side in and they're so interesting say you're the European champions defending champions and you're all world champions almost your grand finale and a FIFA World Cup ranking and so first nanka first and second but say assistant a dated one about into when second and third. And almost Baba Bessia. It's so interesting.
Judo Usuba for Namatin and Kano. Francis, I see, Messi is football, and football is Messi. Finito. Okay. The message of dear brain, you know. I ask you. I ran here afraid or say, as Thomas Tuchel was just clueless after the lead. Okay. As Thomas Tuchel must be sacked. The movement is not good at all. Enoch Nyame when I this message at the Abraham and pay Richard congratulations to Argentina. Please, I want to ask for your opinion on the referee and the VAR officials if they were fair to England with those fouls by Argentina players. You discuss it. The end of the year say England from one to me anchor a final. Amber, Odian am dictator na min coffee fi Manfred Ho. I say 1 John 4:8. Anyone who does not love does not know God, because God is love. I say 1 John 4:8. Anyone who does not love mercy does not know football, because football is messy. I ran to the message or the Abraham and Anopay and so and no Fifi Manfred. Mr. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Patron, I want to say
Nyado.
Anopay uni toboli dinkomo.
Torana.
Uni dinkomo.
Say Enzo price na update.
Okay.
You also more bully Messi.
Papa no, I feel me who want to continue opam to Masuko. Wasa papa.
Oh, took inside.
Tomasuko. Wasa papa.
Inside.
Akwa anu bokuma Frank Lampard yini bia. TV Lances no de coach.
Took inside.
Tomasuko. Wasa papa. Saying na Chelsea for to team om se akwa ebepam no. Ade anu Tomasuko aye no. Imoni di biam kofi yanko.
Took the onside. Rich and born now you're born on 90 minutes our Atlanta no. Mo na muhunu say a ball keke.
Sa. Nenya ball.
Yes.
Go beyond football.
Yes. Rich, in the history of football, no game, no rivalry has more baggages that transcends the field of play than Argentina versus England. It's you only do the year and Jack Spence and all. Yeah, any can be true. But Rich, when you look at the statistics and in the first half, you have 11 fouls. First half, now you game. 11 solid fouls, but then no shot on target. From the blast of the whistle, two teams now came to exert dominance on each other. When the two teams came onto the field of play, it was about exertion of dominance. But you know what? Rewind back to time and Argentina for one to national anthem in Australia. Did you feel the passion from the TV? It's Argentina, England, and then 90-minute football. No this and no peace. It is not a regular tactics alone. It's not a regular.
It's a street football.
Because a war.
Rich.
And to make us Argentina versus England a war. I'm not just saying it based on what happened in the game. Argentina versus England is the Falklands War.
Okay.
So Obi Oye, student of history and geopolitics and loves the connection of football and politics, plus dates will tell you that. And now on the 14th of July, it's almost the 15th. It's almost the same date when the Falklands War ended. Which on the 14th of April 1982. You saw image from Argentina for players now. On board match, you know. And almost the banner. Uko Stadium ni moi. FIFA for to prevent every flag, every BBA derogatory. You ever say about match? Who kita Palestine for flag? Who kita Iran for flags? They ban them from taking Iran flags to the stadium. He said there are two types of Iranian flag. There is the Islamic Republic of Iran. And they are Iran and Casa flag. The Islamic Republic of Iran flag, they ban them from taking to the stadium because FIFA feels that Omu Bese will be able to use football as a tool for politics. Rich. Yesterday, and I asked you, meaning so was our image here. And Giovanni Lesonso. In your poor match, no. And I walk Argentina for the kids man. And I walk the idea where I show a white. And actually, Las Malvinas son us. They are talking about the Falklands Islands in Argentina. In Spanish, they call it the Islands of Malvinas or the Islands Malvinas. Now, this is the Argentine map and where the Falklands. So this is a video of Giovanni Lo Celso here. And we are not copyrighted because it's taken from the stands. This is Giovanni Lo Celso.
Okay.
And we have flag. And we have Valentin Bakumo and Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez Bobo England. Christian Roberto Bobo England. Enzo Fernandez Bobo England. Valentin Bako is coming to England. Which when they show that to them, we say, what is the Falklands law? There is an Iceland close to Argentina. Now this is Argentina for when you take an aerial view of Argentina in the Falklands Island. You say the way Gibraltar is outside of another country, but it's owned by another country. There are lots of them. Now, the Falklands Islands, no, and copyrighted. The Falklands Islands, no, are off Argentina. Now, who call Argentina for Iceland, the Falklands Islands now? Every time in 1982, called the war of the Falklands Islands.
Okay.
Now, in that war, Argentina for Lucy, they lost a lot of Omu soldiers, Rich. Omu soldiers, no, at that point in time, it became an issue. 4 years later, Argentina versus England in 1986 World Cup quarter final. Argentina for were in worry. Young men in the Falklands War. They have to now come and battle them in the quarter final in Mexico at the Azteca. Rich, 2 goals. In that game, 2 monumental things happen in football. 1, Diego Armando Maradona at the hand of God. Later explanation, Diego say it is a tribute to most of the Argentine people who had died in the Falklands War. And as son the war to share Sagono. Then Armando Maradona goes on to score what is called the greatest goal ever in the history of the game. It's football there, Bono. The greatest goal in the history of the game. Mamando Maradona ever ball from center circle. Actually, Obia in an English team going straight to the center circle and then getting that goal for Diego Armando Maradona. Argentina wins that game by 2-1. So they had a loss in the Falklands War. Then 2 games prior, Ombabenya win against the English. Rich, since then, the Argentines have always seen this game against the English. In Kayadi and Kaya, normal to Murefia. In Kenya, you very no sense on Concord flag in Samba. But it's ingrained in them. And until now, share in the first 30 minutes, Argentina were trying to exert control. Into all try everything possible to show Obia say, Chale, we own this place. Plus, England also don't also want to be pushovers. So they also trying so hard to make sure that they also put themselves on the line. In the first 30 minutes, now a pure war. It was a repetition of the Falklands War on the field of play. Because you can't, for the English boys, they know. I'm sure in history lessons as young English boys in schools, they will teach them. And Argentina for us show train to the extent that Yabobo name you almost say the Malvinas is for us. And then geopolitically it is for England. They claim to it. Argentina also claim to it. In fact, when you go to Falklands, 2 flags in Yakambu or the Falklands Island. But because England here on my almost Kentino, most of the people on the Falklands Islands are more English.
Okay.
So Argentina for Capri. It's almost only English. It's I was not surprised. Maybe because I had a fair idea of what the Falklands War was. Me who's our battle, no, make a Joshua in corridor position is that Charlie, this game is going to be first. And truly the game was.
So game you bought every 2 minutes behind. Just a referee not separating players, no.
Rich, did you even realize that the 2 coaches knew that Sally they see your partner so into all of the coaches new set up no. Only a few technical players. Into Argentina for we know usually they do that. Molina, Christian Romero, Martinez, Tagliafico, Martinez, Fernandez, Paredes, McAllister, Guillermo Simeone. Then the only 2 technical players are because someone will be a purely techie. Messi and Julian Alvarez. But the 8 other players Argentina football were warriors. Only a pure athletes that are willing to fight. Enzo Fernandez. And Leotandes in Yenshi. That is WWE level tackle. Ideally, because I'm sure that Ismail Iftar, I don't know, the referee in the middle of the park, who says sometimes they call some things the jurisprudence of what issues. Now, I'm sure that the referee will also read the history of the game and why he should be careful when the cards in tea. And yes, any other game, and that would have been a red card on Enzo Fernandez. Because that was a bad tackle on Enzo Fernandez. Rich, you go on and you look at the game. On the English side, I didn't see that Thomas Tuchel covered Jack Spence on the far side. Why do you play Gay and Stones, Pickford, Rich James back? He needed duellers, he needed athletes, he needed physical monsters who were matching him. Then in the middle of the pack, played Anderson, Rice, Bellingham, Rogers, Gordon, and then Kane. Rich, it was pure. The only player who is all England team and the technical, proper technical player. I also said physical was Anthony Gordon. And because Thomas Tuchel needed him, which, like you guys said, for the first half, even more to cry more. And I'm waiting for the FIFA report to tell me how many minutes or 45 minutes the ball went in play. Me just say they do 20.
David. I is a referee called Patanto.
Into the game was even. Now, Rich, that Thomas Tuchel realized the man second half no buy Ubenya Sago. Because the ball no, yentimi ball in between the lines, young ball the shots, yentimi ball they are playing. Rich, Shadio. Thomas Tuchel at halftime. This is 54th minute, second half. Yeah, buy now. Because first half, no sir, Harry Kane edgy ball close to the centre backs of the Argentines. Only a very aggressive on him, no. Now he dropped a bench friend Harry Kane very deep into his own half. Because say Harry Kane edgy ball on the half there, Christian Romero will not follow that far. Leandro Martinez will not follow that far. Even in the first half, they are there Lionel Messi here. So when Harry Kane receive the ball, what happened? The plan you could tell from Thomas Tuchel said, receive the ball from deep and may more between the lines, but then go into the channels. Because Argentina air more high. They want to be aggressive and stop us from playing. So to be able to do that, let us pick the ball from your best creator centrally, and then let him go with those diagonal balls. No? Rich, so baby, Hurricane J ball no. Now look on the tactical ball. No? Rich on the right hand side, Morgan Rogers, any Abente and Nicola Tagliafico were on their bike, knowing that there is space to exploit. On the other side, Anthony Gordon and so down, knowing that there is space to exploit. Then there is Jude Bellingham in this area. Now this is the clan rise. The plan is that one, see a successfully according to the channel, we isolate on fullback near wingers 1v1. In most of the near deno, so omu tackle and say a foul, we get a foul close to their box. We would rather want that. Into it, Hurricane ball, long ball, and a court channel, you know. Then first ball was won by Abete Phil Chris. Look at the tackle. As a karate tackle. Put me as a backhand. Clear the ball away. But immediately he cleared the ball away. The English had a plan. Win the second ball. Second ball forced the clan rise. Place the ball into the path of Abranti Ayefreno, Morgan Rogers. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Argentina love to defend central areas. So in this area, they know that Jude Bellingham is coming. There are 4 players closing in on him. But in the wide area, they lack defending from what, because Obia no more wide area for Argentina apart from Guillermo Simeone, AS central midfielder. So usually when they are defending, they want to come inside. Now, because Leandro Paredes has to defend inside, Anthony Gordon could come from the blind side of Abranti friend Miguel Molina. So Molina doesn't see it coming, but of course Anthony Gordon comes from his blind side and 1-0, 54th minute. England are in business. You know, I'm sure at that time, they felt at this point in the BBR we are about to get the results. Neymar in the right direction, so then let's keep on because you're about to qualify a final. Rich, many will be on 2 things. I don't think say England for one share that could wait
with the game management, Nana.
Yeah,
I think clearly it was from Thomas Tuchel.
Rich,
let's protect the 1-0 action, right? And I think any players, a coach, and because Kaiser when crown the BM, one of the players, Orban, over park in his one or catch up to coach, you see a more 5-4-1.
But you see, before that, there was a long time. England should ball in the 54th minute, let's say 55th minute. You about 20 minutes and send your hydration break. Within that time, no. Not England any substitution. But now Argentina have come. It is the Argentines' will to now push back. And then wait, at some point in time, Thomas Tuchel be too defensive. But I'm saying that before then, England I don't know if it's psychological, but they felt the pressure. So they went back. Only you could go
the coach, you know what to wedding. That is your job.
You see, relax. Let us do the Muslim team to enjoy it. They went back psychologically, and that is what happened. Because, like I said, England for should go in the 54th minute. Now, this is the hydration break. So, before hydration break, now Argentina for I changes made 2 or 3. So this is the 71st minute. The first change came from Argentina, and I'll run you through all of those sequence of events. Rich. Leonel Scaloni doesn't get credit. Maybe because on tactics, maybe because he just doesn't react too much. Maybe see what touchline be able to son and no son no cutting any no cutting baby no. Maybe that's why. But immediately Leonel Scaloni realized that even before Thomas Tuchel will back instructions to his boys to sit in a back 5, Consa Bano catch on some about 5.
That was Consa.
Nico Real so balance. He also mentioned 5. Exactly. Even than Ben, and that was clear. But I'm saying that before the substitution, naturally, say Obishawa Rich in about 1 to 5 minutes, you have to at least defend. Then after that, you now make changes. But it kept on coming. So I kept on telling Joshua, I said, Thomas Tuchel should bring the change. Now, I'm going to go and our Linus Colani, Ephraim Montiel, and Nicolo Tamendi because Leandro Martinez a yellow card. Now between the two centre backs, as now Christian Romero has grown into the job. Now say I'm going to very nonsensical tackles. So he took off Leandro Martinez, brought on Nicola Otamendi, then took off Abante friend Molina because he had led to the goal, and then brought on Montiel, and then brought on Abante friend Rodrigo de Paul. Rich, for me, this is the substitution that won the game for Argentina. And in the next few minutes, I'll explain to you. It is true. Right at hydration break, so you tell me who are joining us all on strategy and us even on Facebook and Rich. You know how well the camera will be able to zoom into this. Thomas took a look at the tactical board any. And I'm in such a you can see on the tactical board say clearly Thomas Tuchel has showed them 5-3-2. Yes. 5-3-2. Before then, the English boys naturally went back. But Yami Omadu Momia hydration break. And Omeka, Kylian Anthony Mbappe's hydration break. Well, because it takes out your intensity. Yeah. But when he had a hydration break, he further enforced his boys to go and defend. And that is where after that, he brought on one Ezri Konsa. Who did Ezri Konsa about the free morning? Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon free. And only Ezri Konsa come on. And later on in the game, only they can write free. And only Dan Ben by. Then later took off another of the wingers. I think say Morgan Rogers. And only Abente for Nico Rally Bebo Fifi. Then push Jude Bellingham to the left. No boy 4-5-1. So that is when Chris Nico Reilly was coming. Oh yeah, 4-5-1. Say any year Babebo. Now you stop him. It's you see when you go back to the goal now, Enzo Fernandez share now. That is why I keep on saying say my respect for Linus Scolani has gone up. You won't get a lot of the plaudits, but Linus Scolani is a brilliant manager. Which Montiel no buy. No say na oka say Argentina Jet Spence a defender sir. Which was 2v1. Montiel is pinning Jet Spence just to give Messi time. And they did it against Cape Verde. They did it against Egypt. They did it against Switzerland. So Kulumuya in India, Messi peels off to the right. They bring on Montiel to come and pin the fullback there. Then they can get space. And you see that Elliot Anderson was trying to get back to come and help them cover the space. By the time Jude Bellingham buy no. Now Branson Fredo Enzo Jeremiah Fernandez no. Abobo na tum. Rich. Maybe the Jude say he will sing the song of Lionel Messi. Enzo Mo Argentina players sing. I know that they are big fans of Lionel Messi. They don't play with Messi. And okay, all of us too. But Rich, last night when Argentina needed somebody, for me again, it was Enzo Jeremiah Fernandez. He was asked to play in a deeper role as a 6, as a deep line playmaker. Before then, no about shot me, so be kaya. But I couldn't pick for the fingertips. In fact, and they resulted to the corner for his goal. Only here, no Messi no come short corner kick. Then Enzo kept on asking for the ball.
That time, me problem is say,
yeah,
team are over 5-4-1.
Yeah,
it means that the strong one, or the emphasis strong one. So what the 4 need now 5 defenders anymore. That is 9. Who wants to go? That space on the man. So Jude try and go down. Now go block the board, but do no. Now so any space in upper board every that.
Is that not why you have to give credit to Linus Scolani?
Oh, of course, I know this.
Because on the Montiel and the Pini Jet Space. And no man Messi near free ball.
Man, too much space.
Messi near free ball. Because another change that Argentines did have not spoken about. Rich, who him say against Egypt, against Switzerland, and I think against Cape Verde. Constantly, anytime we are Scaloni, they change or the Lautaro Martinez Bebano. Lautaro affects the game. And when he played like this, he needed a box presence. I forgot to tell you that. It was the box presence Lautaro Martinez by. You are not comfortable leaving the box. You want to defend because Obianin said Lautaro Martinez bet me a Pimache, bet me a Bashe. So once they were defending deep, again Argentina, Egypt second goal now, Messi Sherman 2-1. Short corner kick, the Egyptians go back. The ball falls for him in front of the box. He smacks home. This one is to Enzo Fernandez. Rich, yes, Messi is setting up, but the technical ability of Enzo, the positioning of Enzo, taking responsibility as a player. And then so she go to you know crowd in the Messi celebration. No catch English fans and Mokasa Dubu. Chelsea fans.
Oh,
you told the one.
So Omukasa.
Yes, he did this.
No near.
Only English one as Mukasa.
Okay.
Bruno Fernandes ye de last season na the team me man yano Bruno ye bibi ma Portugal ebo baba ro Bruno no don abofom no atenu atofom and if you bury him in the park in you then you say munya to wase Jeremiah munya to wase no ajibo no place fam nation
Argentina players in the mentality no bomb national team dey hu as a soldiers
Messi say
I'm on battlefield.
And I tried to do the research. Rich, when you go to Argentina, Argentina is one of the poorest countries per capita in terms of GDP. Now, there is hardship in there. And on Messi say, Nipa Bibli Argentina, truth be told, and this is not the regular talk that we say. So, in a week, it's difficult for them to find food to eat.
How do we? I don't know.
When is rate at some point in time, Argentina, inflation was so bad to the extent that even getting physical cash needing for the Argentines. For them in the last 8 years, World Cup, 1 month gives man for a lot of respite, a lot of calm. It is for them, and that's what they do. Final goal there. Na ni emesiri kume kura Thomas Tuchel edumaro no say, "O de Dan Ben by saying Dan Ben be defend the ball." And then be defending fap, or be defending front post, and Messi pay ball on the finals. Afi, who should play when you're the shortest man in pinball in share? Lautaro Martinez is the shortest.
No, they don't see defenders in film there. Yeah. There's no way on betting.
And even apart from that, he goes to talk to young strikers, say positioning who he has in height. He saw that he has to attack the ball from the outside of the two center backs and not play ball on the two. It's rich. For me, this is Eternal Princeton Yamwasi. John Stones 188 centimeters, Ezukons 183 centimeters, Magay 182 centimeters, Dan Ben 201 centimeters, then Leandro Martinez 174 centimeters.
And so still now.
On a pin ball too. Rich. Finally on Lionel. What can I say about Andres Curicini? Then Aminka. What can I do? Then
Anderson also do just with
that. You can't say anything about Lionel. And yeah, I saw Peter Dury's sign out in commentary. Say the Lions roared, but they were tamed by a deity, a god. Lionel, Andres, Curicini, Messi, and yes, Ejumano. And of course, I need to also give credit to our branch friend Linus Kolani for the job that he has done as a manager. And managing players of this magnitude, Samana. President Semenka, we Enventrato say, Nyami Admo on Sunday, a handing over on Mobe. Basa for Romson Bay handing over Keke. And ya diggy Bia, one of final, a handing over. Handover ceremony. Handover note.
Messi Yama.
Lamin
Yama.
Oh, Jai. Friend is
any interest be on Tiankavi.
Two man or the year, Jumano. In German, I mean, in 2 Jumanos. On Sunday, we'll see who carried the day. But there was a beautiful story of Lionel Messi and all the undertones that have gone on in the means. All messages about Enra quote me in a boy until you can run through your messages whilst I bring out my quotes. And my boys in this and Kufina 3 days in a row, boys in the first car.
Okay. Samoki, so as if for Argentina, it was a chance for a revenge on a global stage. For England, it was a defense of national pride. The game was self-determination versus okay, my main sign and show message in ABM na main camera. Okay, my main camera. Na me share a year message, and so it being Fabregas. I say I think Thomas Tuchel was Juju message and said and you're complete okay. Then I said this Argentine team cannot beat the Spaniard. Okay, I also message out the Abraham and I said this time make me a kind someone can see. And so a message out there, Abraham, and now I say for Argentina, it was a chance for a revenge on the global stage. For England, it was a defense of national pride, determination versus territorial integrity. Rich, UK chrono, munina ayedi. Okay. Someone kisi on now this message ediabana is someone kisi war UK. Osi chrono munina ayedi untubia. And also good morning, what you guys from UK. I'm very happy that you guys are back home. And me and one no. Captain, I say mercy. We say, my hero, Lami Yama, please humble yourself in the final. To the one who bat when also who bat you. Mr. Mya Muntro, Mr. Niesa Mekaya. Na me bre. Okay, I'm so person oka sa pictures na circulate to social media. When we say I'm for the AI. Aya na le no mercy e dware no em say one seven na oka no obi te come me fa the infantry to na fifi fa code no e fa wuram na ayemre fi me di e fie nkomo no obi te come you say rich England sucked and the ball and give Messi and go 20 minutes to play. I'm scared for Spain because looking at the ugly style Argentina football, they can't match it. The chances were unnecessary. Okay, the changes were unnecessary. Okay, ability coming on this message and so at the Abrain. Coffee yenye with the coach and so on. Na yemre fi me share teams na ho boa titu asante korona. Yate say omonso astate omo medicals na afi yemfa entua edumeden so yente code na yemfa nto aso.
Rich and now senior maker na guys for 2 coach 10 odds and a 9 odds. I think the day before na 13 or so coach no. And there's Europa League playoffs no, Champions League playoffs no one. So you remember your team for first one a BW 630868D5. Second one a BW 63086049. Third one a BW 630855BA. Fourth one a BW 63084536. Fifth one a BW 63083780C in the last one a BW 630813E8.
Okay, Yebefie na Isaac Asifi was one of the very best presentation I've watched Fifi deliver. Well done. Isaac Asifi and this message at the Aba Yemefie na GF no I confirm say nyame ya adoma 2026-2027 Ghana Premier League season no and so ebetimi asha say nyame ya adoma on the 28th of May sorry on the 4th of September on the 4th of September and according to the Ghana Football Association no almost say the Ghana Premier League no so yebesha say na yewie no on the 28th of May 2027. Enti nyame adoma September 4th ya no ye started the Ghana Premier League and so obo Ghana ha na teams na asase a omo eya ho minim se dudu on asante kotoko medicals no ma asase ye no ha because we say players no ma kotrete na fie ni adenti no o say show bia including the new players omo so e join team ye show bia fitness level and so na the new season no and so to me kick start intenu no asante kotoko and so start here omo ye exercise ni na ansana omo dey run into the new season now and then me focus me person yin na no yehwe and I say baby am person dey focus no kono the asante kotoko and come ye time di omo be start season bia wholesale changes 20 go 25 in 20 go 25 in 10 na the 15 aba e come here anytime bia no ye be season ani apam players bebre ni akofa bebre esa dia aba obo one season pe ni asa jomu nyina kwan as say we understand say asante kotoko ndongani samba onel odo eko and I understand say kwam bogun so no with ne performance na empenifo say omo yen impressed with ne performance o meja kwam bogun so no ekwan amano akọ abeta mo ade so yenim sa asante kotoko ton no na e loan na obo edimom loan nso wabo awie enti automatically na so go back to ne mother air club na okusi akan ediamo unless e bia Asante Koro say afedie ye pa brante no e be pese e be sign this sika akofa no yet no ababo so far I think yen share dan team players ni bebre say omo kosa but then I don't know this season no where ye be start to sign money bim that whole say changes 20 no mo not 25 abani where ye be to sign money
rich medase unim season we dey anya dey ye be twa mo dabi entimi nsi anya ye ni so rejuti mejitum say eye dia players ebi be ko ebi be ba mejitum especially when our players be sorry omo contract aba na wie obi on man contract ba na wie regardless of the offer and our proposal at the baby ano enya adwuma because nani etre baby kwakunya contract more juicier than the over presenting and the reality is that ye ni leg no see same situation. And see, Sanya money the na air days so was control say player contract ewu. No see on renewal. Air days so bet me aya because so who can so man even $1,000 make off for kwaji be $5,000-7,000. Those things are understandable and on ultimate blame club no. But rich, maybe the men kon sister nipa 20-30 when I wound him say in reality no. Players na kwa kotom no emu be 7-8 pe na ohi omo man dey the usual business na make us afi kotoko no onim the one from the past 2-3 seasons rich there be am me kan no crab akopere asem no kra ne ka den yem na penkra wa moa yura na kan no crash whole plane yura na penkra wa moa
aro eden
kotoko within the period e ka kotoko e boy players atoto it be to 15-16 near the ababa beguo e bi mpo ba ball no omunya bi mbo which means say me dey benya eme for sane man players libiti mi ba omu nkeke bompo ni atom abeguo oyo hine medini buo na ni die ma no ba no kwani say me na amoa and especially when I feel the background they say me rain fi say yewra or a chartered accountant so ya we enti eba accountant dey say if you are one we accountant omugua accountant for your nkrophobia sikaye o discussion insa and sikaye before obey one city crowd this all justify and I make us so e had ye pay bia de maye patrolty bi ehia bia de maye but insa na accountant beka say oh yi sika no nature sade no man justify beyond reasonable means meboa but ye na penkra no cry ba kope na breso ye rate me more than 3 million say yem fan to players meboa rich ye ba to tell gumu an konkosi ba bia ye wi ane asa apamo sa and the reality is that ye na penkra abreso wa mo akotoko e ba in terms of signings ye boka guikwa because within that period rich me patcho den ye je patcho so to me point na say except one FA Cup trophy me boa yeah Lake Angie bakotoko nsuneti mu a o che that period ye spend day pa.
And you understandable because you say me kind year far bobuku no saben having kotokoja players be 10 or 15 coin amomo coin so obviously so what that 10-15 players coin momo kwa you need to replace them what I say it is a 15 how the infant say 15 kwa 15 comes in
yes
right so I mean yen na eji tum say team bia or start your season na bia obenya team ba kwa the board the previous ya pam 15 and attend the kono dey to say dia fe na o ye team fufro
yes
enti no how our team no be see abo in the new season no ebia probably first season enti me nhwe ma
me meji tum
what I say ebia subsequently the league na season na ye be wurama ye dey kono ebia in your second season or third season fourth and fifth no and ebia result no be say because a new players no maba afa no mbete kotoko na se o ma beti o mo ho ase asa na ball na nkasa abeti bibia ma na no so ba enti I think hono de ye bo mitisu bebria enye yi ana
me de me bo mutisu so pa because minim dia akom which nyam pa me nda meto mebu ebie ne mamu yi on se we ne yamre ni nti rich no kwa ba kopɛ ye ra akwasi apia yana na penkram omo amoaye even scouting of talent any said ye niema kotoko at point na arehu ye be ye mobo meka ya me meka ho ye ba be ye mobo said ye niema the kind of investment akọ into kotoko any results are eba no hwe rich meka no kra bi a kiro say how to folk ho say how to folk ye bo season bi na we di third fourth in a way it is understandable. One, transfer ban and so patch out here say no crime so yenim a matter of fact obi antimi deny because your boys you mu edu baby you mu bi ani etimi support you omo etimi go 2-3 months players na be nkan rich when even Naija Wisa o de onum hwekura no Naija Wisa mama meka say edu baby no this team Port City so omo nsia Port City owner anka come de omo nkran pa meboa patch wanka a fact as ma me presenting you say ebia here so a fact okay Naija o ekan say nya Port City owner na nko omo tiri omo ekom de omo ba kotoko de enti sao bosume so ya na yetua the least paid player of kotoko 3,000 bibia omo enjoy bibia ye feed omo camp ye feed omo twice a day rich sikano ni ye use ni ye akwasi apia amoa na ye na penkran so amoa na omo asem kana na ede de mamanfo ba no kra no ti bro new season ni supporters no supporters forum so ote ho asem ade ba ko a ye bra Alex Manu Rezi ya me bona baso ye pa saade no on say side issue of ye future players contract mu ye jam mako because supporters forum no Patrick Akoto IT on a representative management omo de asem so man so fan come board say my board nintia CSA season ye future players mu left right center contract no afi ye mpesa ade na tie right so no ne ya adwene ye mpesa ade na tie because na credit say Richard bi on man me hu say business bi na ebi mudi yo e bia na me nya adwe ba me sa na me hu no say player ho ya sign player eya ya na say cha ne contract no ko na che say e bia jama panyu bi nya team bi di ama no entimi twam makwa akoko ska wa kire sa na me hu no enti season yi ye so sa na ma ne subiom omo nti sa de na se enti rich me jitum players ni bi contract ewu ebi nso last season kotoko indiscipline na 13 so okay so it is issues ni ade nyina indiscipline by team mumpa so ordinarily so okay say oh fan by data your certain players mpa e bia enye omo football nti anya sporting reasons nti e won say do omo to transfer based on anyama esi na going forward you better say man bebe team no your players be on my definitely major mo kwan but who your signings are you just have to be strategic because meaning how to folk about 2-3 seasons ago oja players be kwan na nkom beso beja omo kwan na oyama ni e fensem bi o aba na ma abontene but meaning say your players be on my house eja omo kwan na nkan nye omo pe but because of enyema bi na asisi result me point na say entikotoko it was obvious say last season players and massam camp issues enyema asisi anye ne ekun kotoko na former player justice blame amameka yeti bebre nsem esi nyina no sa profile ni nyina be wo ho entro se first hanema ni nyina na it means say and your players were minimum play a player bitimi ka say me dem atwa mabosumi aso market you obitimi ka say but I can know or transfer bosumi beso net is onye committed to the cause of kotoko
so any matter of
yes
players ni mo na disappointed whoever or this are players in the buy because e bia nipa ne kofa player na ba no edia sabi asante kro mfiti prekope eno mka so yen kofa play a or player b edia there will be a data numbers e be pulling ni na ya hwe so we oba position na e person obobo no betimi ababebo but obaba no te said ya wo kan na you know
yes
ohun so as say my boss and tikotoko itiami kaye any ade trimude any ade bi na setting then na ama all of a sudden performance are not the ma on in the previous club ya you ya kofa in the buy no na for back to undimi fa sa performance dem ma eno na nya player ne mum na disappoint club
a good question we be Rachel Utie bibia jigu last season from esro started free ye na penkra wu anamu na almost side ho esro ho and a see from bibia jigu na Rachel say na wo kan one player signings no me can say me actual match from tricks because me football adwuma my no more than 20-25 years rich me mo bi nkotan video bi mama me to utie YouTube any Facebook mfan da da mu koto companion for mama money nda ho money has companion for na dem dey America sa me pay me experience and we grow we mu rich say offer video now start say oh share about player now be who the passes near the yi passes come at the man in the goals be a current one no be who the be 2-3 minutes baby enko yie no eno na anom the quarter ato enti first 2-3 videos na hu na first 3-4 minutes no be who baby na all say goals all ball and enjoy kotokwanya player bi akwa no who's an answer the videos added a man for chroma pass so who be meboa kotokwanya has
na clubs are not depending on YouTube video
maybe so bro
and on the top player
yes almost depend pa
then that's
yes I'm telling you
na me jina we Samuel player bi am de ne ba asante kotoko na so we bi am hia ne videos enti bi am mumre mi bia ufu so baby awanya de me tell them am
dabi na sa man for adwuma sese bro ye nyina truth of the matter is ye nyina ye be the boa players mo di two kwan ye nim sa de no and ye nim articles abetimi atro de afa player ho but what the make na say make sure mo tricks e wom because ye masters e game mum bro even MVP so them say man of the match kra adwuma sese wom so ya we man of the match mpo ye timi sese adwuma enya mi o me nka say mi o but am for timi sese adwuma obi betimi age man of the match be 10 na me ho nice articles aba ni nyina ne say chale mum project player we ma me na e foreign market abrofo so sa ne ma na ho say form ani so because wa kind nice article or feature about the player sa de no minia e bitimi si wo ha ye fa players ni videos ne da videos bi o sha na fa ni tim ha akwa ni e good o
there scouting report now no munya ansa they are
it's a very good question we beside that is the reason why it is very imperative
because on share YouTube in top player there should be a scouting report and just a branch no position here go find naban of 50
apart from
result
yes apart from say be boy no as a winger otimi san so ebo as a defender otimi bo as a center back otimi bo roles way now where background checks in that background checks they don't do it Timbacho steady about 80% of the returnees no one so mobile muntimimbo but also steady side about 80 to 90% of returnees returnees intimimbo and almost so aye who videos you see player be na say do no muntimimbo because of our trek now bro metro 81 returnees no mobile no mun show mu yie and the two side videos now mo rely solely on weekend any nyampa next week no yaba be select na say be on when say be on niam bebre mu season ni ye pay the best for them
3220 83581 83582 83583 unso betimi afre na wache wadwen Dako Kratos, good morning, what you guys from UK? I'm very happy that you these guys are back home. I am saying England as I'm not working. Hello. Thank you, meet you. I know the I'm okay.
Now England, they are coach in the Bonnie Band. Maybe who body at Thomas you. Oh, that's also Argentina players, no mentality, no, and no win, and you coach no. And the players in the mentality so more Bono. And I'm not Messi, I'm a married afternoon. Teams of Argentina shame me now, I'm a Messi. That's something to know coach in the baby. And someone got problem, and come you come out to tell. English players in the mentality, the men that, and I'm here to game now. Thank you, my child.
That's it, thank you. Hello.
Hello, Ricardo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Pacho, I want to say.
Uncle Pardon, no.
Yami ado me hoye. Pacho mi too.
I remember of you.
Na yes, what I did wa o meje.
Remember of you. Uncle Pardon was it on live.
Ai, nje chuna nyame ado ma beje wai.
Much.
Okay, Pacho mi too.
Ese ano. Kono. Ese almost a day. Yes, for what pandemic? The Domo America for our company for
okay. That's a pa yeah, from hello, sorry. Hello. Kafra. For Argentina, it was a chance for revenge on the global stage. For England, it was a defense of national pride. The game was self-determination and territorial integrity. Rich. You can cronum na. Okay, I'm so we crowd the medical akai. Sorry. Hello.
Richard.
Yes, sir.
I think there is a number 3.
Okay.
But I think I could have Richard as we have.
Sir.
The day I did see baby, Richard. Na me yake sie. Apo we dia, we say the year will be a near himself come dia. Messi hu na atom so enye to ba tu ke bia asem. Bia yi me da se.
Okay. Yen so ye da se na ifa ayen na school. Hello.
Hello.
Pacho, good morning.
Good morning.
Me too.
But I will not be able to
Pacho so na ye dey.
Me busa whatever United.
What am I doing?
Because league. It is here Messi and Mbappe. One open.
Lionel Messi. Sen ko mo Manchester United.
Any Mbappe one open.
Oh, obviously me call for Mbappe. Messi they say when you know bond or body about. Okay. Say a short term they are fine. Messi, but you see, I don't know Premier League, you know how physical na you know. Messi age you wait me about the so. Right, okay. Me da say hello.
Good morning.
Yes sir.
Mike in Nhyira Council.
Me too.
Right. No plan say England coaching. Wanya de say no be ka say yemfa yemwo no so bo no. We are there na we show be for 50 first minutes say now what na was set back say nipa no offer pressure see so. Abla woni me say Argentina for so there. Omo no uja omo so omo pressure see so. Omo the pressure be see so that ko that so be penalty na so omo be show. Na what na ho ahwe ayenhwe ha saa sit back mo the pressure see so saa. Na we open game no na omo boy a. Wa sha so so be say ni bi. Into wanya de
yes so yeah that's a pam to mama me twa me homra na ye meto so Ghana Premier League season no and so ebetimi asha say nyame ya adoma on the 28th of May sorry on the 4th of September on the 4th of September and according to the Ghana Football Association no almost say the Ghana Premier League you know so ye be chance here na ye wie no on the 28th of May 2027 enti nyame ya adoma September 4th ya no ye started the Ghana Premier League and so about Ghana ha na teams na asase a omo eya hobo minim say dudu won Asante Kotoko medicals no ma asase ye no ha because we say players no ma kotrete na fie ni adenti no o say show bia including the new players omo so e join team ye show bia fitness level and so na the new season no and so to me kick starting ten no Asante Kotoko and so a start here omo ye exercise ni na ansana omo dey run into the new season now and then me focus me person yin na no yehwe and I say baby am person dey focus no kono the Asante Kotoko and come ye time di omo be start season bia wholesale changes 20 goal 25 in 20 goal 25 in 10 na the 15 aba e come here anytime bia no ye be season ani apam players bebre ni akofa bebre esa dia ba obo one season pe ni asa jomu nyina kwan as say we understand say Asante Kotoko Ndongani Samba Onel odo eko and I understand say Kwam Bogun so no with ne performance no empenifo say omunye impressed with ne performance umbeja Kwam Bogun so no ekwan amano akọ abeta mo ade so yenim sa Asante Kotoko ton no
yes
na a loan na obo edimom loan nso wabo awie enti automatically na so back to ne mother air club na okusi akan ediamo unless e bia asante koro say afedie ye pa brante no ye be pese ye be sign this sika akofa no yet no ababo so far I think yen share dan team players ni bebre say omo kosa but then I don't know this season no where ye be start sa anya mani biem that whole say changes 20 no mo not 25 abani where ye be titi sa anya no
rich medase unim season we dey anya dey ye be twa mo dabi entimi nsi anya ye ni so rejutie mejitum say dia players ebi beko ebi beba mejitum especially when our players be sorry omo contract aba na wie obi on man contract ba na wie regardless of the offer and our proposal at the baby ano enya adwuma because nani etre baby kwakunya contract more juicier than the over presenting and the reality is that yenimi leg no see same situation. And see, Sanya money the na air days so was control say player contract ewu. No see on renewal. Air days so bet me aya because so who can swap man even $1,000 make off for $5,000-7,000. Those things are understandable and on won't mean blame club no. But rich, maybe DNA. Men conquer sister nipa 20-30 when I wound him say in reality no. Players na kwa tom no emu be 7-8 per na ohi omo man nye the usual business na make us afi kotoko no onim the one from the past 2-3 seasons rich there be me can no crab akopere as no crane ka den
Betway Eddie 10 years na almost omo entimi ense fan into omo ene omo customers na Eddie 10 years yi na no Abumu eniti yatu din It's Your Turn campaign. Yese koswa na isu eye Betway app no na efa place you bet our Betway so na World Cup titiwe kosi bet on every moment of the action. Senebia onso no dema utwa bet ni na no se de mundu na mundu no Betway de also no asoso pantu dia osika no bebre because ye wo aye boosted also and so betimi aboawo ama bibia aye kama nemu ya no ahye no so say only 8 years untimi enlisa agudie terms and conditions apply good
yeah roy ekona ya enua baako edi
okay
Kumasi FM
okay
ebra na menu ono wa hwe ni nua ba Doris Frimpon na ayie no anase na ocheda no baso nyame pa na ochie ba besimu 21st of July ewo Atonsu Kuwait
okay
am oba hima clinic in Chemu ha ti mestre say dru ha do for emra mejae then your sister no ye nhwe na bibia anya kama ti ebra super agent edi
super agent
edi na this is the free
super agent we dey kafra
say di ya yes ti di o no minia
nyame enhye no den birthday ba ku pay ohima abrefi Orion Cyrus publication Kumasi and we adwuma ohima abrefi happy birthday to you nyame show pa na onya ukese in fact multimedia and workers amoye adwuma awo aye Orion Cyrus publications na say we show happy birthday nyame show na de do akoma so bia na nyankopon enyeni nyina emfa emau etiefo yemfa musia na yenkofa adom kase no emram nyame adom ebesan enimo hia ba adom kase ni si ya no munim se obra at 1 Thursday edition no ebeto aso enso etimi edi amama bra hima binewa ani team no enso ayeseta amde djumadi no brain yakra mu nyina
Android phone so de baby ba ko pa na obenya no Franco Trading Enterprise mobile